I know you can tat. I'm like, no, I never done it. Fucking done. So he brought me a homemade machine.
Yeah.
You know the kind. So guitar string, and all that shit. And I had 3 homeboys in my room with their shirts off, just waiting to get their IEs, X3, 13. So I had 3 dudes in there, we're like, hell yeah, no gloves, of course. I mean, who needs them? So we're doing that. Oh, and I had to recycle the ink because, yeah. Right? Had to, man.
Had to.
It's expensive.
Eco-friendly, yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to waste.
So we're back, guys. Another week. We got a special guest for you guys again. I'm right here at Iconic Tattoo Studio for your tattoo needs. Again, follow us on Instagram, iconic_tattoo studio. So I'm right here with my co-host Rickytatt.
Yo, what's up?
And our other co-host Romeoshades.
What up?
He's happy because he finally got the 3rd chair.
I thought we were gonna mention it. I think that was like the past, bro.
No, but I mean, like,
he kept
you guys
asking.
literally announced it and then boom, like vanished for like 3 weeks. I'm like, damn. Bro.
You're like,
I'm like, okay.
did you come in and just set up and just like, I'm a co-host, just dwell in it.
He used to come in when he was doing his apprenticeship, and he would just help us out, set up and everything. And then sometimes he'll be in it, sometimes not. And we just had called him 3rd chair sometimes,
The spot filler.
Yeah, the spot filler.
filler.
They call me, bro.
Now he's actually a
And then they
co-host.
solidified it. Yeah.
Nice, man.
All right. And we got our special guest right here, Richie Montes.
Yeah,
Good talk.
Very interesting story. We're going to hear about him right now.
I got a 25-year knowledge, man.
25 years of knowledge. I met him in painting class. That's where we met. He actually works down the street in Yucaipa at Artistic Element.
Yes.
Little unknown shop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's barely there.
Oh, Tams is more. It's right next door, too.
No, it's one of the most. Obviously, it's known as probably one of the top tier shops here in the Inland Empire.
It is.
For sure.
And with his buddy Roman, right?
Yeah, some guy named Roman Abrego.
Yeah.
He has a mohawk. Maybe
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's why he gets all the tattoos, is a mohawk.
Only been an ink master and all that stuff.
Yeah. He's only one of the best.
Not
in the
too
world,
shabby.
man. Nah.
I mean, you guys are rolling along. How do you guys do it?
Well, a lot of liquor. A lot of liquor. Nah. No, Roman, man, he's been killing it forever since I've known him. I've known him for about 18 years, since 2004. Yeah. So I never wanted to work with him because, I had girlfriends at the time, and he had a reputation. Like, I mean, guy's a lady killer, man,
It's the mohawk.
Yeah. It is a mohawk.
How's his work ethic?
His work ethic is organized chaos. But he gets it done.
He gets it done.
Yeah. If anything,
He's consistent, huh?
Yeah, he is.
I think that's what makes somebody great, consistent. Even if you're unorganized, but he probably sets a certain days and he's there no matter what, crudo or not, he's there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, but he's also a beast. Like, he'll tattoo for like 10 hours straight, 20 hours straight. I've seen him do 24. Yeah.
No
or
breaks?
26.
Well, how's his breaks in between?
More like 1 an hour, maybe at that. Sometimes, because he has a million things going on.
Yeah.
So it takes more
it's hard.
time, but
We learned right away how we need more breaks in between than before. When we started, we're just like go 4 hours and we'll take a lunch break and then go back 4.
I do it like a regular job. I do 2 hours, take a 15-minute break, then go back for 2 hours,
Really?
take a eating break, 2 hours, 15-minute break, and 2 hours, and that's it. That's my work day. That's it. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do over 8 hours.
What's your IG so everybody, when they're listening to this podcast, they can check you out, man.
It's
all that awesome work.
Richie Montez, RICHIEMONTEZ. I've had that for about 10 years.
Nice.
I had Instagram when they give you a number, like a prison number, instead of your name at the end. Yeah, I was like 80,000.
When you use sepia as a filter.
Oh yeah, sepia is great. Honestly, Instagram was just a photo app, and you get to share it with your friends. I think you just liked it. There was no comments. Once they put the comments on there, I was like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah,
it turned into a dating app. But people started using it for business, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm with it. I'm just not into like dancing and pointing at letters and stuff like that. Nah, I can't lean back like a cholo, I'm all like this. Hey, get tatted by me, dog.
bro, you should have comedy hour on Instagram, bro. You'd be good at it. We've been laughing for the last hour before the podcast.
Well, see, in comedy, because I listen to a lot of comedy. I love Felipe Esparza. He's like one of my favorites. That's why I got a shirt.
I couldn't tell.
He's awesome. But because we grew up in the same area in Boyle Heights. So when we were little, like I went to Second Street School. His mom works there or worked there maybe in the past. But yeah, we grew up right there in the projects in Aliso Village, off of 4th and Clarence. Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
From the hood.
Dude, we used to walk to Second Street School. I mean, I'm talking about
Where's
crossing
your
over
tres
the...
puntos at?
I already covered it up.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah. Got jumped by 111th Street. Mario Vigilita. Yeah, they filmed that movie Boulevard Nights right there too.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. When they picked up his girlfriend Shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That's my tia's house.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, it's right there. Because it kind of has like this, it goes over this walkway and it goes into the courtyard, but they already tore those projects down. They made new ones already.
Yeah.
It does not look the same.
Not look the same. Do you still have family there?
Yeah. And my tia Tere still lives there. And my cousin Fernie and Lucy, they visit them all the time there. So I don't go in that area. Hell no.
Is that where most of your upbringing is from?
It's
area?
up until 1988. And then after from 88 to 94, I stood around here, Montclair, Ontario. And then my cousins lived here in Rancho Cucamonga. We used to go across the street right here to buy mixtapes, you know, underground bootleg ones.
Oh, you were saying that earlier.
Yeah, from DJ. I don't know if he's still there, but yeah, I used to go right here.
Mm.
Yeah, and then moved to Paris in 94 and to 98. And back in 98, I graduated high school, went back to Alta Loma, and from there went to college. You know, did college and everything too. Couldn't afford it, so I joined the military.
So around all that time of your upbringing, like all that schooling stuff, how far were you into like art?
I've been art my whole life since I picked up a pencil. Yeah, my mom's an artist as well. She does pastels, and she started oil painting back in the 80s too.
Nice.
Actually, my first class at the oil painting class, I brought my mom's stuff. But now it's
Really?
like 83. Yeah, old ass paints.
We're trying to cut open that tube.
Yeah. Dude, that paint was so solid. I mean, the lamp black was still good, but it was all my, like, because the tapaderas, you know, they were broken. Yeah, they're just broken. So I bought all new stuff and everything too. By the second week, I did that. It was fun. But
So-
I've been drawing my whole life.
I remember you telling me, you started tattooing around
16 years
16, right?
old. Yeah.
How'd you get interested into it?
Oh, my cholo friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, hey, I know you can tat. I'm like, no, I never done it. Fucking done. So they brought me a homemade machine.
Yeah.
You know the kind. So guitar string, you know, and all that shit. And I had 3 homeboys in my room with their shirts off, just waiting to get their IEs, X3, you know, 13. So I had 3 dudes in there, you know, or like, hell yeah, no gloves, of course. I mean, who needs them? So we're doing that. Oh, and I had to recycle the ink because, you know, yeah. Right? Had to, man.
Had to.
It's
Be
expensive.
eco-friendly. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't want to waste. So my mom catches me and everyone looks up like, oh shit. And she goes, what are you doing? I'm like, tattooing. Thanks. I'm like, tattooing? And she goes like,
Oh.
all right, just don't make a mess. Everyone's like,
Clean up after yourself,
yeah,
please.
everyone's all like, dude, your mom's cool. I'm like, right now she is. I thought I was going to die, but no, my mom's like, just don't get all tacked up. I'm like, because she, at the time, worked for the parole board. So she didn't want me to look like torcidos
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people,
yeah.
you know, people walking out, you know, blasted up with shit ass work. So I'm like, well, at least I don't have shit ass work. I don't have a lot of tattoos at all. No, whatever you see is what I have. So yeah, I'm gonna get my back and my butt done also in Guadalajara if I go.
Oh, that's right. So
I have a passport situation.
He's going to. He might be going to
Viva la Tinta.
Viva La Tinta
Oh, nice.
also, and he's gonna get tattooed by
Yuichi Tanaka.
from Japan.
Dope.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he actually used to work here until he got sent back.
Mm-hmm. They deported his ass.
So you're gonna get Japanese work
It's funny, huh?
with the stick?
The only thing I'm gonna get Tabori is in the back of my neck. That's when he does the signature. Hell no, that shit takes forever.
Does it?
Hell yeah. But it's awesome though to watch. I like it. Yeah.
You
So
hear
he's,
that skin break like.
yeah, what it is, you're hearing the picking.
Oh.
So you're picking up the skin and
Yeah,
the ink is
goes
going
in.
in.
It goes in like this, and they.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have to make that face too. Pinche cabrón. You know, or in Japanese, that you know. So yeah, they do that shit. But it's actually, I look at it like that's the most primitive way of tattooing, and that's how they started. So it's like rite of passage.
Yeah.
People who do tatao, the Polynesian style, like, you know, here with the pinche palo,
Yeah.
you got like 3 other dudes stretching out the skin. You got the suluape right there, just hitting it. You know, that's even tougher. You know, I don't even know Steve Butcher, the tattoo artist. You know, is a friend of mine. He has it right here in his ear. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
It looks like it hurts.
So when you went to the, what'd you do? Marine? No, Navy.
In the Navy,
Navy. There you
I
go.
went in as a fireman apprentice. So that's like you do boot camp. You do your Common Core, which is 3 weeks after boot camp, across the street from the Great Lakes Recruitment Training Center to NTC Naval Training Center. And that's across the street from boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois. And then did that for 3 weeks, and they send your ass to the fleet. My first duty station was good old freaking Guantanamo Bay and Cuba. Yeah. So you go in there, you're not allowed to leave and whatever. So at the last minute, they said, hey, you got to go there, but we're going to transfer you to another command because the boat that I was supposed to go on got decommissioned. So I went out to the USS Kitty Hawk. So that was in Yokosuka, Japan. So I stayed there for about 4 years.
And that's where you started tattooing as well. I remember you told me you did your apprenticeship in Japan, right?
Yeah, I started it there.
How'd it
Yeah,
go?
never finished it there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they let you know that you're a piece of shit. Yeah,
They was telling me, like, I guess they're worse than apprenticeships here.
yeah. Oh, they
yeah?
put you in your place. Yeah. If you mess up, they tell you to leave. Don't come back.
And what style did they tattoo over there?
Believe it or not, American traditional.
Oh,
At the shop that I was at, it was Skunk's Tattoo in Shibuya. I was under Tokyo Hiro. Yeah, he don't have that shop no more. He lives out in Orange County right now. He's smart. Married an American lady. Yeah.
And is this
For
where
the
you learned?
papeles.
Yeah. He was my first teacher. He was my first teacher. He tattooed my ex-wife's name right here. I already lasered it off though.
What's crazy to me is that you did your apprenticeship at a shop in Japan, but at the time it's illegal.
Yeah, so I never knew the full ins and outs of it, but I can almost guarantee you Yakuza had to do something with that.
Yeah.
That's their neighborhood. You know, because on the way to walk in Harajuku, oh no, is it Harajuku or Shibuya? One of them. You walk down this whole alley and then you see tattoo shops. I remember one was called Black Widow Tattoo, and I remember seeing cartoons work there. I'm like, oh shit, Mr.
What the
Cartoon?
fuck?
Yeah. I'm like, do you know him? Oh yeah, he's a friend. I'm like, oh, they speak English too. Well, everyone speaks English over there, but then you know him? Yeah, okay. So I'm like, that's cool. So when I went to Skunks, guess who was there? Cartoon.
Really?
Yeah. So
He's
you know,
been putting in work back.
oh
in the
dude, that
day.
guy was, to me, in my eyes, he was like wow, this is a homeboy. I've known about him since 1996 because of his story that I read in Lowrider Arte, or one of those Lowrider art magazines.
Art.
Because I read a story that inspired me to start tattooing professionally. I was already messing around, but to do it professionally, and it was hard. It's not like nowadays you walk into a shop, you can get a job. No. They tell you, like, get the hell out of here. We don't need you. Bob Roberts kicked me out of his shop just for looking at Flash and not getting tattooed. Rest in peace. But, you know, he was one of my, you know, like, wow, dude, this guy's awesome. He's a big old, like, you know, he's like some biker dude and everything. But yeah, he kicked me out of his shop on Melrose Spotlight Tattoo. And I was all asking him, hey, do you sell needles here? What machine you got? I'm like, just a homemade one. He goes, nah, we don't sell needles like that, man. But he was nice. He's telling me, like, well, good luck to you. That was his version of being nice. Yeah. But yeah, he just passed away. I don't know what from.
So did you talk to Cartoon while you were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple words that I was told not to bug him.
Oh shit! Go clean the shop.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was respected as a professional at the
Oh
time?
yeah.
This was 96?
No, this was in 2001
okay.
when I seen him over there. 2002 maybe. No, 2002 because that's the year I got this. So that's when I went over there.
And what did your apprenticeship consist of?
A lot. It was not like, it's more of a shop helper. The word apprentice didn't really exist until about mid 2000s because of that one tattoo show with that one chick and that one bald guy with no eyebrows in Miami.
Miami Ink.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami Ink.
Yeah. Kind of, I think it's famous.
Yeah.
But you know,
Chris Carver,
yeah.
the other guy.
Oh, I've known a Chris Carver before that. Actually, I asked him for my first job. He told me to come back when I get better. Not in a mean way though. But he's like, yeah, man, come back.
Yeah.
Just got to practice more. I'm like, oh, that was pretty nice of him. Yeah, that was in LA somewhere. I forgot where. But it was a journey just to get information from people. We didn't have internet like that. I mean, we had internet, but no one was putting tattoo information out there. It was still sacred. It was still a brotherhood. But ever since the TV shows came out, Ink Master, Miami Ink, and all that stuff, everyone wanted a tattoo. So since there was the lack of information, now you got all these people who've been tattooing for 15 years now. they never got proper training because they kept on doing, the same thing over and over again. It could be, you could be tattooing 30, 40 years, but if you don't learn shit, you're not going to know nothing. You're going to be doing the wrong thing over and over again.
Yeah.
That's why it's always good to keep learning. Even in my experience, I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
I like my form when I do line work, but it can be better. My shading, it looks great, but it can be better. My artwork, my choice of, subjects and all that stuff, it could be better. It can always be better, no matter what. But hey, there's some people who just like, all right, I'm done. I'm making money. Bye. See you later. Yeah, but your artwork is like crap. Yeah, I'm getting paid. I'm like, all right, cool. Prostitutes make money too. They do. I mean, I don't know if you would do the same thing, dude. What's that movie? Beer Fest.
Beer Fest.
Yeah, where his
grandma.
But with the dude, what's it? Ramathorn from Super Troopers. He was a male prostitute. That was funny.
Oh yeah.
They're throwing the change on the floor.
Yeah.
But hey,
I want to see this movie now.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, I don't hate on no one making money though. I don't. That's cool.
I remember you telling me a story that you actually would tattoo on the ship.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So in 2000,
and because of him, it was illegal. It became illegal.
one person had a problem, right? One person had a problem with it, and he dimed me out. And this is jacked up. He did with those things with those people, cop collars. What they do if you're doing something shady. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, like if like a corn man, the elotero. Like if he's selling corn, they'll go buy corn from him, and then they call the cops on him later.
Yeah.
That's what this fool did. Yeah, I would like to get a piece from you. That's how he talked. I'd like to get a piece from you. Just a tattoo someone right here. I'm like, all right, cool. I was tattooing my chief, and then that fool left, and then my chief like, hey, we gotta stop. I'm like, why? That guy doesn't like me. He's going to go rat on me right now. He called it. So, all right. So, Chief put his stuff on. Clean him off and everything too. Right. I was using gloves. And so he got up. He left. All right, Chief, I'll see you later. Right. And this is my superior that I'm tattooing. So, as I'm putting everything away, I have this makeshift sharps container. It was, the coffee creamer. Yeah. So, it was an empty one of those. So, I put it in there so I could just, throw it in there. We have a recycling plant, not plant, but recycling center. We do plastics in there and metal. So they hooked me up because I tattoo them. Dude, tattoo artists on a Navy boat.
Get the hookups, huh?
That had nice boots all the time.
Can't just throw it over the ocean.
No, it's just gonna kill the fish. Yeah, no, the fish gonna tattoo themselves. They're like, hey, Jaws, come here. Yeah. Hey, Bruce.
Whales.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're all like big old tribal. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, but like, so the story is that once my chief left and I locked the dog, it's like 1, 2, 3. There's 8 dogs or like locks on the door. It's like a watertight hatch, like a submarine, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm putting everything away. As I put away the last item, all the locks one by one, boom, 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 like just opening up. Yeah. And those master at arms, pretty much the ship cops. Okay. Yeah, and one of them I knew because he was there temporarily. Well, no, I didn't tie him up, but he worked in my division. Oh, gotcha. So he's part of my division, but he was there TAD, temporary assigned duty. So he told me, he goes, hey, so you're tattooing here? I'm like, no, I do have. And he goes, oh, well, they say that you are. I'm like, oh, they say a lot, don't they? He goes, well, we got to get your stuff because you see my stuff in a box. Mm-hmm. I'm like, shit. So, well, you got to get your stuff and take it to the Master at Arms office. I'm like, fine, let's go. That's the first time I've been arrested. Shoot. Right. So they do that. They confiscated my shit for like a day. They call the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy in Washington. Right. In Washington. And we're out in the ocean. We're in Afghanistan. Right. Oh, no. Iraq. So we're in that area around that time. So it's about early 2003. And they told me, nope, there's nothing they can do. There's no instruction in UCMJ, which is like their law, right. The United States Uniform Code of Justice or whatever. And there's no instruction against tattooing. So all I got was step on the wrist. Don't do it again. Oh, and not only that, my chief engineer, who was a commander, a Silverleaf, a step down from a colonel or a captain of the boat, he had a nice little chat with me. He's like, don't do it no more and stand fast. So when I say attention on deck, you say attention on deck. He leaves the room, comes out. Here comes the skipper, the captain of the boat. Yeah. And he comes in. He's like, attention on deck. I had to do the whole boot camp thing already. Yeah. And captain's like, all right, as you were. you know, and he goes like, well, you're not taking money, right? That's the only thing they ask you. You're not taking money. I'm like, no. I'm like, all right, well, just keep it, like, no more, not on my boat.
Right.
So I leave. My DCA calls me, and so Montez, and he talked to you. I'm like, okay, my DCA is my lieutenant commander, right? Damage control assistant. And talked to him, and Skipper was there too. He goes, so you do good tats? I'm like, you know, I'm still in the process. It's only been a couple years. He goes like, do you think you could do like my name across my back? Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
So one moment you're getting reprimanded, the next day,
Yeah.
the next moment you're getting
Yeah, I tattooed him in Singapore at the Hyatt Hotel in Oxford Street in Singapore. Yeah, it's a nice hotel, by the way. Oh, ordered it to Hook on Spalding and Rogers. At the time, they were sending it to FPO AP addresses, which is military addresses. Yeah, because at that time, if you wanted to order tattoo supplies, you had to have a book. Then you have, at the end of the book, you have to Xerox the catalog itself and check off the boats and the item number.
Yeah.
Everything was Spalding and Rogers at that time. I didn't know better. They're in Joe Kaplan. They have the finest tattoo supplies in the world. That was their slogan. The finest tattoos.
Finest?
Yeah.
And you believe that you're like,
It was in the back of the magazine. Like, yeah, dude. That's how I found it.
Yeah.
So, because they're the only ones that are able to send it. But their catalog numbers, like, it was like the same formula. But the Spalding and Rogers book, you know, had the names and nomenclature and everything that I had to follow. So, the only thing I didn't buy was the autoclave. I used to use the one in the dentist inside the ship.
Oh.
Yeah. All my tubes and everything.
Man,
yeah, all my tubes and everything. I would clean them out with pipe cleaners and everything too.
How did you learn the contamination process? Like
a book called Tattooing A through Z from Spalding and Rogers.
So you got that too?
Tattooing for dummies.
It's crazy though that you care about that, you know? Others would just be tattooing. They didn't care. They just fucking wipe it with alcohol.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a professional if I didn't care. But that's what I want. I want to be legit because like we were talking about earlier, it's like you can cheat and make money. But who are you really cheating? People or yourself? You know, I think if you cheat yourself, then fuck, you don't care about yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
well, it's one thing being at a home or something, being a scratcher, right?
Yeah.
Another thing, you're in a fucking naval ship, and then you have to figure out how to get to one of those autoclaves, you know?
Yeah.
And then get the hookup, get in there, get the access to it.
Yep.
Just that was a lot of work on your part, just so you can be doing what you like, and you were getting paid.
All I was doing, the number one no was walking more than 10 feet to a freaking autoclave from your station. So, well, in California. But or 20 feet, one of them. But yeah, I did that. And then when I got out of that command, I did my last 6 months of temporary assigned duty in Australia and London. I took a little hiatus from there, and bro, it was the hardest thing to do. Like coming back from that, and then my son was just born too. That was hard because now I had to get a real job or a real job. You know, I had to get a boss, I had to get a paycheck, and do all that stuff. I'm out of the military now. And because as a result of that, got divorced. Yeah. Well, my ex-wife.
Do you want to talk about what you're working on?
What I was doing? Oh, I was working on my backpack after that. But I did, I was a mechanic. You know, I went to UTI. You know, I graduated. I was a mechanic working at Mercedes, Volvo. Even though I did the BMW school. And then I ended up at Nissan selling cars there. I hated that shit. I hated talking to people. I do. I don't like, leave me alone. But after that, I worked at Nissan in Marina Valley because I got divorced. I had to move. So I went back to Moval and I worked as a mechanic there. But at nighttime, what was I doing? Tattooing. Just doing little bangers, you know, nothing crazy. One dude wanted a whole sleeve. I'm like, hey, you know, take a couple sessions, right? I'm like, I don't know. I've never done a whole sleeve before, you know, because I was used to doing like praying hands, you know, cholo tattoos. That's all I did in the Navy, actually. Everyone just wanted like, you know,
just a little symbol.
Yeah, it looked like shit too. Oh, hell yeah.
They didn't care.
But see, that's the thing. That was the whole example is that for 6-7 years, I was doing the wrong thing for 7 years. I wasn't learning anything. I had no one to learn from. That's why I tried to get into a shop. To get into a shop was so hard. Nowadays, I don't know what other people do, but I see a lot more people just learning off of YouTube. And I've checked out those. Yeah, I checked out those videos too. You know, I do my reconnaissance. and some of them are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell whether they're like, you know, they're doing it for the likes and whatever. I don't care. That's their shit. But the information is what's important, and a lot of it's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's this one guy, I forget his name. He's some European dude, but he has really good information, but his work sucks. It's like, you know, it's
the
like
dude with glasses. He has an accent, British accent.
I think so.
He's very popular on YouTube.
Yeah. Juno, Jojo, some shit like that.
You gotta fly.
Yeah.
Carlos, can you get the fly swatter? It's really. There you go. There you go. How's it taste?
Oh. It's cholesterol.
You actually get it?
I haven't seen it.
I didn't see it either. I looked back. And I'm
It's
like,
all that.
did you catch it, bro? We gotta replay that. Look at him. Oh, this one's bony.
It's a wing. Pinche pierna. I'm telling you, I'm crazy.
Crazy vato.
I'm so crazy.
El vato.
I'm a crazy vato. Yeah, man. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like all that stuff, man. It's a trip. But it just blows me away, because what I would kill 20 something years ago, what I would have killed for that information just to go on my computer.
Just
you know, I've been working with
access it.
computers for 30 years. So I'm like going on there. I'm like, ooh, that's the key right there. That's the answer to my prayers. You know, and that's how you saturate. That's how you do line work. You know, and that's why there's so many good artists now, because they look on YouTube. You know, there's some people who from other countries who learn English just to watch the videos. You know, but I give props to those guys. You know, that's cool. I mean, the way I look at it is like, hey man, that's a new generation. It's a new way of tattooing now. You know, my only thing is that on the social media, it's like you ain't shit if you don't have followers. You know, I could charge $5,000 for a tattoo if I had 50,000 followers. You know, but you know, hey, whatever. I know in my heart that I can't do that to nobody. You know, I'm honest, because I'll be damned if someone do that to me. I'm like, oh, never mind, dog. I'm gonna go to this guy named Josh. He's awesome.
I only charge you half of that. No. Bring up. I'm glad you brought up computers, because this guy, every time I have a question about Photoshop or anything, I'll go straight to him. I'll ask him. I'm sure other artists ask you too.
Yeah.
A
lot.
Yeah.
This guy named Alan Padilla, I think his name is.
That guy.
It's Alan.
Oh, Alan.
Padilla.
Oh my God.
Alan Padilla.
Alan Padilla, yeah.
It's
so
Alan
cool.
Padilla. Shout out to Alan Padilla.
How'd you get into Photoshop? So if you're doing mechanics.
So in 1995, it was my sophomore year in high school. I didn't go to registration, so they stuck me in the nerd ass yearbook class. And mind you, I had my hair slicked back. I had hair. My hair is slicked back. I had a white shirt and my khakis, you know, and my Cortezes. You know what I mean? That's it.
You didn't get jumped with the Cortezes?
Chale, homie. I did all the jumping. So I was only like 5. I was only like.
And the Stafford white shirts? Did you get the
Simone.
Stafford ones?
Shit, got Dockers and everything too when I was feeling. I was only like 5'5", 110 pounds, all badass. I was little growing up, yeah. But I got stuck in yearbook. And I was like, great, pinches nerds. And then my teacher in there, Mr. Lindsay, I still remember him. He's try this program. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And using the smudge tool. So people would scan. We had scanners back then, right? We didn't have phones. So you had scanners. So you put the drawing in the scanner, close it, the little light goes in it, and it comes on the computer screen. So he put his little sister on there. He goes, hey, do something funny. So she's like a little girl. She's like 10 maybe. And I made her teeth all sharp, you know, pointy ears. Excuse me. And, you know, I just made her all like a monster. And we printed it out, and he took it home, and he made her cry. So I was like, this is my thing. I like this, you know? So I've been learning Photoshop. I've been learning Photoshop for 27 years now. So I've been using this since Photoshop 4. The first time I ever heard of it, I didn't even know it was Photoshop. But I remember on the news that people were like getting stop sign tickets, and they'll Photoshop it. It's like 91. They'll Photoshop a tree in front of that stop sign ticket, and they'll print out the photo. when they take it to court,
Mm.
okay, it's the tree. You didn't see the stop sign to the last minute. Yeah.
What the hell? I never heard of that.
Yeah.
First thing.
Yeah. Stalin was doing Photoshop before everyone else in the 40s, but that's another story. Yeah. Joseph Stalin. Yeah. So with Photoshop now, it's like since I've been learning it so much and the ins and outs of it, when YouTube came out in 05, man, that's when I really started learning everything too. You know, instead of practicing and experimenting, now I got videos explaining, hey, try this if you want to do this. So now, because of all those years, over 2.5 decades of this, you ask me a question, I could tell you off the top of my head where to find items and everything too. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, people get the stencil app, you know, to make a stencil.
Yeah.
I could tell you I do it in Photoshop off the top of my head. Yeah, you just go to filter gallery, go down to photocopy under sketch, hit photocopy, put your details at 5 and your darkness at 50, and there you go. But babe, before you do all that, you got to press D for default, so you have black and white. Black is your foreground, white is your background. That because it's going to base your color thing off of that, and that's it. You do that, then you put a threshold filter on top of that, and then you adjust accordingly from 0 to 255, and there you go. That way it comes out fully black and everything
TikTok
too.
that one. Now I just go on TikTok when I need one. I just go on and
oh my gosh,
it gives it to me right away.
So I was telling Roman yesterday at the Pomona convention about how I want to become a full-time oil painter. I'm already looking for a studio. You know, that's secret. And yeah, no, but you know,
secret.
But I'm just telling him my dream, right? So, and then I told him, I'm like, I'm thinking about doing a TikTok. He was tattooing. He stopped. He goes, what? Him, his client, who I know as well, his wife, right? And then one of the other guys who was working, they looked at me like, you, TikTok? I'm like, look, I'm getting for the recipes, cabrón, all right? So,
bro, this guy's always against TikTok.
I hate TikTok.
Yeah?
But see, my sister, my mom, they always send me stuff like with food because I love food.
Foodie?
Yeah, big time. And like, okay, I'm just going to download the pinche app and start putting stuff on there. You know, I don't know how TikTok's algorithm works at the moment. I haven't really, dipped into that because I'm doing other shit. But I'm thinking about getting it. I don't still have it on my phone though.
Oh, you don't have it?
No. I'm still thinking.
It'll hook you.
I don't know. I can't be on my phone that much.
You don't even notice it though.
I don't even.
You'll just be watching one recipe and then all of a sudden you're like 100 in.
If I'm in the toilet, yeah. Or am I waiting at the light, or waiting for food or whatever? Boss.
It's like when you jump on YouTube and you want to search how to do something. TikTok just cuts it down to it cuts all the bullshit out and just straight to the point. There's no intro. There's no sponsors. There's no conclusion. It's just like boom.
Who would have thought the Musical.ly would have turned into that?
I know.
People, it's like, you know what? Musical.ly is cool, but let's make it for people with ADD.
My mentor, Gary V, I follow Gary V, he said that. He's like, Musical.ly is going to convert to something big. And then when it finally switched to, when it got bought out by TikTok, he's like, post. And this was back in 2016. So I did one post. I downloaded it. Imagine the user interface was way different, right? So I couldn't understand it. And I had a picture of my shop at my house. And I just recorded like this, and I put it, and I uploaded it to TikTok, and never looked back till like a year ago.
I'm gonna see how much dumb shit I can record with TikTok. Like, this is me opening up a soda.
He's gonna blow up. Watch.
It'll blow up.
No one's doing that.
He just started doing reels for the first time.
Yeah.
Really?
They're already texting
you gotta
me.
Adapt.
They're texting me. They're like, "You want to make money?" I'm like, "No, not for reals. Don't bug me. I don't want to sit there and tattoo. By the way, I'm using this after product. No. I don't want that because I don't like lying. I'm just not. That's just not me. If someone else wants to do it, go ahead, dog. Shit, you're buying me tacos. But that's just not me. I don't care.
So let's take it back. Photoshop. Did you actually work with Photoshop or after you were a mechanic? Like,
yeah, I was doing.
Did you do flyer parties?
I used to make flyers in high school. Yeah. And when I was a tech for Nissan, so I was doing freelance graphic design as well. But before, actually, no, this is Mercedes. I was a freelance tech for Mercedes. I was doing freelance art, and I worked for a pretty famous adult industry company doing DVD covers. And that's the first time I seen
Pornhub.
Yeah, no, way before that. Way before that. Back then, it was just a few companies I was doing it. Yeah. But I was doing that. I was doing dirty work. I had to see stuff that I did not want to see, especially my first job. I think they do it for the FNG, you know, the new guy, FNU guy. Yeah. Just put it this way. I didn't know that a female can have a phallus. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to know.
I think
Well, Google phallus, guys, if you don't know what it is. It's pretty much when they go number one, they're standing up. Yeah, they have that part. Yeah. It's the first time I seen it, and I was not happy about that.
All right, move on, because we gotta.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like using big words.
They're bigger for me.
Yeah, phallus is average. It's an average word.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was doing that, but that opened up more opportunities for me. You know, I ended up doing a job for Larry Flint, you know.
Oh, nice.
And before he passed away, I did a whole DVD series with that, which was 8 DVDs. And that's how I got known for graphic design in that area. And I ended up working for one other guy who worked in another company. And then from there,
were you using a like a stylus on a
I was using a Graphifier 4 from Wacom, and that's when you put, you know, the screens here.
Yeah,
and you have your thing. You're like this.
Right there,
you know,
yeah.
I
Not
wait.
the sound
I'm
already
sorry.
fell. Snort it.
That was another. I don't do that, so I don't. Sorry, I spilled your warm salt. But you know, it's you know, the side tablet.
Yeah,
you know, doing that crap.
Yeah.
And then from there, I upgraded to an Intuos, which is a bigger one. And then from the Intuos, I did a Cintiq, which is a 13-inch one. And then from the Cintiq to the 27-inch, the one I have right now. And that, man, game changer. That thing's such a game changer. Yeah.
So it overheat a lot? Like it gets really hot?
No, it's just a screen. That's all it is. You know, you attach it to your PC. I hook my laptop or my, you know, PC tower up to it. And then I use it, you know, Photoshop and all that stuff in there too. You know, but bless you. And like with Photoshop, I like it for just speed. You know, I'm faster at it than Procreate. Procreate is more of a rudimentary Photoshop. It reminds me of Photoshop like 5.
Right.
You know, when that came out, because that's when they introduced, I think at that time they introduced filters, the FX, you know, filters. That's one thing that Procreate doesn't have. Like you can't do a drop shadow. You can't do a stroke around it. You know, you can't do gradient fill.
Yeah.
I think that's the next step for Procreate. It better be Procreate.
So well, they have a Photoshop app now, right?
Sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks ass.
I tried.
It sucks ass. I have it on here too. Illustrators for it's okay, but still rudimentary. Illustrator's a different type of.
Did you ever work with Illustrator?
Oh yeah, I've been working with this since it was Macromedia.
Oh man.
Are you talking 97, 98? Yeah. So even
you
Flash.
You vector a lot of stuff?
I do. Yeah. I get it's just whatever. It's more time consuming than it is. But with vectoring, you have to draw something out first, and that's where you're gonna work.
You ever trip out on OG Abel's vectoring skills?
Oh, that guy?
That guy's a beast.
Man, every time I see his work, I get mad because I'm like, damn it, he's so good. He's so good.
First, it's original.
Yeah.
Second, it's stylistic.
It's creative.
And third, it's like very, very meticulously
I think he's the standard for graphic design. That man is a standard. And he's a cool guy too, man.
I never met him.
Oh, he's a really cool guy. We've known each other for about 10, 12 years now. I even tried working for him as his assistant because I was at that time. I was like, you know, I'm done with tattooing. I'm just over it. And then this fool emailed me back, man. You don't want this job. Like,
really?
You keep doing what you got. You do well. Just keep going, dude. Don't give up. You know, so I appreciate that from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know his daughter as well. She was starting to tattoo. She was apprenticing under a friend of mine that worked at Franco's.
Oh, nice.
And then, you know, she grew up and had kids, married, I think. But she can draw too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's genetics, man. Like my mom, she draws and paints. I draw and paint. My son, he draws, doesn't paint. But you know what I'm saying? But he could draw. Yeah. He could draw, dude. And he watches me. And he
you think an artist is born, or can he be molded into an artist? You think that talent is like naturally given?
I would say talent is a result of how much you practice. You know, that's what talent is. Talent is for the people on the outside. Like for us, it would be like, man, you're practicing, you're good. People who don't draw, oh, you have talent. It's just like in basketball. Wow, that guy's talented. You know, but
within them, it's daily.
It's like he's like, damn, that guy practices a lot. You know, he's always on that court, you know, with anything else, any industry, you know.
Can you teach somebody that never had a lot of practice, or you think, or you would?
Oh, I could teach all day, but do they want to learn? Because some people just want shit handed to them. A lot of people do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think a lot of that arose like 20 years ago during the whole internet boom. So people want, they get their Amazon quick. I mean, I was using Amazon when they just introduced music. They were just doing books. Oh, gosh, that's a long time ago. And but see, now that we have the instant gratification, that we want it and everything else, it conditions our brains to do that. At least that's what I think. I'm not a doctor, but
just play one on TV.
Yeah, I just played
on podcasts.
I just play with the ladies. How could Dr. Love help you, baby? So yeah, we're gonna do it really slow.
No, hey, it sounds like what's his face? The Art LeBeau guy.
Oh, Theo. Oh, from 92.3. Remember him?
Yeah.
So what's up, girl? This is Theo.
Now we're gonna play with this.
I'm over here with the Quiet Storm. Remember that, the Quiet Storm?
I don't.
It's like, Theo, my man tripping. He tripping on me. Oh, you don't need her, girl. Shoot. Just come over here. I'll go take you out to Tommy's. Get you a chili burger.
Tommy's.
Right there on Beverly and Rampart.
Oh man, original.
I know, man. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying. Like, instant gratification. It's everyone wants everything fast. Like, who was that? Ronnie Chen. He was talking about the Amazon Prime. Then you got, no, I want Amazon now. I want Amazon yesterday. I want Amazon to bring the food to me and put it down my esophagus. Because people want that. They want everything now.
Yeah.
And
well, there's a theory that called like the 30-second race or something, and it's basically all companies are trying to rush to where you order it within. 30 minutes, I think it's called. 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, you're going to get it. And that's
what they're trying to introduce the drones, no?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to be fun.
Imagine. We need, you need some Maticide. Boom. Just go on fucking Amazon. 30 minutes, it's here.
Yeah. If they have drones, I'm going to get a slingshot. That'd be dope. I'm like, oh, I got it.
Outside the shop, just be like,
the pellet gun, you're like, I like a little wrist.
Imagine the liability if one breaks or hits something, then the little propeller just fucking slices somebody or something,
or hits a car and that car crashes. And
reminds me of A Million Ways to Die.
It's coming.
So what if a nut and bolt, a hot one, just back of my neck? I'm over here jogging. That'll never happen. I don't jog.
So what's the when you get back to the States? What's the first shop you worked at?
I worked at a private studio with this guy, and I found him on Craigslist. Right, so I did Craigslist, and he gave me the address, and I'm like, okay, cool. I went on Google Maps, printed it out, or actually, I was too cheap. MapQuest. There you go. So I wrote down the address, 91 South 15, and then Temescal Canyon. I'm like, I know these streets. My cousin lives here. So I go there. I go to the house, right? I go to a house. It's not my cousin's house, but I go to this house, and this guy has his own private studio in his house, in his office inside, on top of carpet. It's really awesome to tattoo on. Oh, it's the best. And
hey, your chairs don't roll.
No, they don't. Yeah, especially when ink gets on there, it decorates it. So all that cross DNA in there, it's awesome. So so I did that for like not even a month. I'm like, okay, I'm out of here, dude. Yeah, it was bad. It wasn't that he was a bad dude or anything. He just watched The Gladiator every day. I hate that movie now. I hate that. Like, I can't stand Russell Crowe.
Every day, huh?
I can barely stand Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Pinche. And you know what I did? I did this. I did this when I walked out. I'm like, I'm out. So I just stopped calling that dude. I just stopped going. He's like, are you going to work with me or not? I'm like, a voicemail. I'm like, nope. Ignore. Yeah, so then from there, I worked in Paris off of Highway 74. I did that for a couple of years. And
these are all walk-in shops?
Yeah.
Or that one was
that one was a walk-in shop. And that's when I really got my first like true experience as, as an artist with no clientele. And that was hard. That was really tough. And I remember this guy, he'd be like he's the owner. It was just me and him, right? And maybe a third once in a while. He'd be like, okay, I get the first tattoo of the day. And I remember this one time in particular, Like he wasn't there, and I remember there's this person wanted like a tattoo on the finger, like a ring. I'm like, yeah, I got you. I'm setting everything up and everything on my station, and then right when I think I put the stencil on her, or no, I had the stencil out. This fool walks in. Oh man, it was all what are they here? I was getting a ring finger. Oh, cool, thanks man for setting me up. He tattooed him on my station.
This was the boss.
Yeah.
Wow.
This fool I'm looking at him like this motherfucker, So
let's explain a little bit to the audience what's the difference, because I know right now everybody just looks at a tattoo shop as a tattoo shop.
Mhm.
I think only if you're in the industry you understand what a walk-in shop is.
yeah.
Right? So in your definition, what would be considered a walk-in shop, or what would be I think there's like 3 stages of shops, right? It's a
Mhm.
walk-in, private, and it's I guess private, where you're just at home.
I think that you have for a walk-in shop, it's like a street storefront. You're advertising, you have signs, pretty much Friday the 13th. If you do that, then you're a walk-in shop. But that's not always the case. Some people do Friday the 13th at a custom shop where you walk in and you make an appointment, right? And it's just a storefront. But a walk-in shop is when you're pretty much 9 times out of 10, you're going to go in, going to come out with something.
Right.
And then you have artists, you're pretty much charging 60-40 or 50-50, whatever it is that you're doing, 70-30, or in Vegas, 30-70. I know, right? And
Damn.
yeah, it's crazy in Vegas. I got a good story about that too. So anyways, for a walk-in shop, it's more like a retail vibe,
Yeah.
right? Which is good. Shit, you make a lot of money doing that crap.
Come in, come out, and get out.
Oh yeah. And that's a good part. Like come in, get them out. And then you got the walk-in custom shop where everyone's pretty much by appointment. Maybe you have a couple artists available, but you're pretty much coming in to make an appointment, dropping your deposit, and coming back on your appointment. Then you got privateers. I'm talking about these guys don't want nothing to do with nobody, just their own clientele. They're booked out for whatever time, and they're good. They just pay their studio rent, their electric bill, and they're good. They're happy.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't do that off top because they didn't do the groundwork.
Yeah.
And I think if you're gonna do that, you gotta experience
those
the bull crap first.
Or you go back to like how you said, you're not gonna learn nothing if you're just by yourself the whole time.
Yep. But I'm still gonna when I do my own thing in the future, because that's what everyone artist wants to do. I'm still gonna do conventions and everything too. I mean, I'm not gonna like tattoo every day though. I kind of like mingling.
Yeah.
Going there to mingle, get some knowledge, have a few beers, whatever it is, talk with your favorite artists. I mean, there's like Golden State coming up, everyone's going to be at that one, so we've been doing that every single year since it came out. So,
yeah, it's become the elite
yeah
convention of Southern California.
I remember Ink and Iron. That one was cool, man. I like the Queen Mary because you get to walk around.
You were just at Body Expo, Art Expo.
Yeah, I was just hanging out yesterday.
How was it?
It was cool.
Did it have the same vibe as back in the day?
Yeah, I think so. If anything, they're the ones who have not really like changed anything. Like same old people like who run it, like Baba and the Tattoo Pimp.
Was there a lot of people walking in? Like it was
I seen a lot of walk-ups over there. Of course, with Roman, I was in his booth. He's already set.
Yeah.
So most conventions, if you're in the local area, you probably want to get your one of your appointments to go there. But when you travel, like Roman just did Texas, he was killing it out there, but he already had an appointment out there too. So that's a good place to sell merch. So if you have merch and you do these local places where you can like load up your truck and just go, take advantage of that because people do buy it. Dude, like this fool was selling like skateboard decks left and right. I'm like, dang. That was nice.
It's cool art. Yeah, it's cool art.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cool, man.
So going back to what was your second shop then?
Second shop, that was at a private studio again. Yeah, well, it's a private walk-in type of deal. Like we didn't even have permission from the city to be tattooing there. That's how it was in Paris. No one cares. So we were adjacent to a tattoo shop, to a barbershop. And that's how we got our business through that barbershop. And this barbershop was like lying out the door all the time. And people walk in, hey, can I get a tat? Oh, we're all busy right now, but come back later. All right. So I learned a lot there. And it's my boy Alto. He's awesome, that guy. So he's the one who kind of put me up on game when it came to Black and Gray. He worked with Roman in the past and Tried and True in 2004. So He put me up on game with him. My friend Carlos Marmolejo came over there. Rest in peace, that guy. He's one of my brothers. Yeah. And he you know, we were the trio, you know, or the terrible trio. And we did that for, man, I want to say almost 4 years. From about 3 years, from 09 to 2012. And then from there I went to a walk-in shop in Marina Valley, Dreams and Ink, right there in Pigeon Pass. And that one I was there for about 3 years. And yeah, that one was pretty cool because that was in Marina Valley. We got a lot of walk-ins on that one. I learned a lot from there. And that's what's cool about walk-ins, is because you do different tattoos all the time. You're not just doing your style. You're doing whatever comes to that door. Because the number one rule is don't let money walk out that door. You know, that's how it was back in the day. I don't know how it is now, but you don't let money walk out that door. So you're forced to do it. I was doing we had flash racks, and I was doing flash. I was doing Cherry Creek. I was doing Tattoo Johnny. You know, I had a couple of Mike Avenas, who was a good friend of mine too. I saw him there yesterday too. Fucker still looks good, man. He's almost 60, man. Still looks good. I'm like, damn, I'm jealous. But yeah, and all that stuff, man. You're like, man. I look back at it. It's like I kind of want to do that again, because now because now that I know, because back then I was still learning. I mean, I'm still learning now. Yeah. But you know, it's like when you've been doing something for a long time and you go back to basics. It's kind of a refresher. Yeah. It's like sharpening your pencil, and then you're like, man, I bet I can. I remember doing that piece a long time ago. I can make it way better now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like going back. It's like what is it, like retro learning? I just made that up. But but you're going back and you're relearning stuff, you know. And that's what's fun about. That's what keeps tattooing exciting for me. It's because I'm always learning. I'm always doing something different. Like, what is it? Saturday, I did some, like, I guess neo-traditional, new school, whatever you want to call it now. I don't know. But line work, solid color, black shading. And it's like, man, that was fun. You know, some girl brought this design in. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I don't care. You know, I just did it for her. And that's a prime example of, I didn't have like, yeah, I want to do my own thing. And no, she wanted that same exact thing. I'm like, all right, cool. That's it. I did it. I did it nice and well. Hopefully I did that picture justice to the original artist, whoever did it. It was like someone took a picture of it. You know, then I found it on Pinterest. I'm like, okay, let's yeah. So like 80 other people probably had that tattoo. Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, but I don't care, dude.
So through all this journey of you having different experience at different shops, you know, nowadays you can just post on Instagram, hey, I'm available at so-and-so, and you can get booking. How did you used to get your clientele when, you know, you're probably still in MySpace and then you went to Facebook? Oh, you know, how would you get clients? Because this is one thing that I tell, you know, like younger people, like it's easier to get attention now. Back in the day, you had to go and actually meet people and
yep,
you know.
So not only did I have MySpace, I got Facebook because there was no drama on Facebook, and none at all. And I did that also. So I had 2 social media platforms I was working on, right? And doing that, and I had business cards. And on my business cards, I write my MySpace and my Facebook, you know? So I would go to strip clubs, which were cool, bars, nightclubs, where else? Taco spots, everywhere. I always had a stack of business cards. I always had like at least 10 of them. That's it. So that's how I get it. You know, and I chit chat with people. I get people to know me, you know, like, yeah, man, like, I got you. Oh, what can you do with this? You know, they start stripping in front of you. I'm like, bro, chill. You know, there's kids. But
that's why I did that at a strip club.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's, you know, it's okay as long as you're not on stage. So doing that, because they get to know you. You're cool. You're awesome. You're great. You know, you're like, yeah, you know, it's cool. You want to smoke weed, whatever, have a cigarette, have a beer. You know, and you bond that way. Most people tend to be attracted to you if you have some sort of bond. You know, you have something in common. So that's how you get to know your clients. So not only are you getting clientele, you're getting quality of the client too, because there's some shitty people out there with money, and I would not tattoo at all. You know, they got people who judge others' sexual preference or their race. You know, people like that. I don't want anything to do with those guys.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I'll probably tattoo like a, you know, verga right here in their head, but you know, then knock him in the teeth, you know, with my iPad, like, cabrón. Like on Born Identity, you know, hit him with a book. No, but you know, and that's the thing though. Like it's a slow process. I mean, I didn't start being like as busy as I was until like right before the pandemic. And then during the pandemic, damn, I'm still tattooing.
You're like, I still got it in me.
Yeah, I know about virology. Oh my God. I don't want to get into that. But you know what? Let's get it.
2 hours. That's a whole another 2 hours.
Yeah, but you know, but I was cautious. I was like, hey, just you, no one else. If you're coughing, I don't want you, like, you know, you're sneezing, you know, wear a mask in my house, puto, you know, like shit like that. Yeah. You know, but then like when they're cool and everything, we're already drinking.
Yeah.
Ceviche, you know, and all that stuff. And but it was at that time when I really, really started getting busy and people were spending more money because you couldn't spend money nowhere else.
Right.
So, but I did take a hiatus from it for about 3 months, from March to June. But during that time, I was training myself. I got to learn more of my 3D stuff because that's the one I needed more help with. It was 3D. And that helped a lot. You know, right now, that guy, Darwin Enriquez, he's killing it. I love his 3D. Studio. His new studio. Dude, his studio's sick. Nation. Reminds me of your guys's, really. It's like that nice. It's like
except
really.
This is on like the 30th floor.
Yeah. I know, right? They have a roof, the whole ass rooftop. I'm like, I want to go. Nah, but
isn't Brian and Camilo right there?
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah.
Yeah, they're over there right now. Yeah, they're like, hey, véngase, güey, you know. I'm like, I know. I know, but I'm busy. I'm very busy. But yeah, he's killing it in the 3D game. He's doing it the smart way. He's just downloading assets and modifying them, making his own. You know, it's really not that hard.
Right.
When you're doing it that way, he's doing it for production. Me, I like to sculpt everything. That takes forever. Like,
you know who I also see that is getting into it too, or what's been doing it, is Arlo.
Arlo? Yeah, he does that too. Yeah, he does the whole he does everything in Dynamesh, what I noticed, because I can zoom in on it and I could tell by the pixelation on the stuff. But that's all you really need. You don't need a full render or anything like that. Yeah, because he does well. I've seen his work healed and everything too, you know. Of course, it's a little bit different than the Instagram, but you know what? I used to think that was really bad, but now it's
editing?
Yeah, now I don't give a shit. You know, it has nothing to do with my ass.
Was he that told me about like the McDonald's or something like that?
Yeah, and you know what? And he did have a whole point. I think I was told secondhand from him that it's like McDonald's, they Photoshop your hamburger, or no, they make a perfect hamburger. Then when you open up the bag, it's just like mamadas right this thick and shit. You know, I mean, she's like the only thing good is fries. I know I had 2 cheeseburgers.
Well, have you ever seen behind the scenes of how they dress up for a commercial? They fix the hamburger. They fucking airbrush the bread.
Yeah,
so it can have a nice brown tone. They add like wax to the damn tomatoes, so it can have like a wet look. So yeah, that's how they dressed it up. You showed the picture before and after, and it was just like an amazing burger.
Yeah.
You know?
There's an old documentary, I want to say from the late 80s, early 90s, my sister and I used to watch, and it talks about that, about advertising, like how they make milk, like cereal commercials. It wasn't even milk, it's pinche glue, because it makes it.
Because it makes it thick and
yeah. And so the pinches like flakes, because I get corn flakes, they soak to the bottom. I hate cereal. I can't do cereal. Milk. I get chorro when I drink milk. Bad. And ice cream. I love ice cream. I only eat that shit at home. Hey, dude, after you know when you're done, it hurts. You're like, you know,
worth it.
It's worth it. Get your drumsticks. So, but yeah, you know, now it's like I used to be mad. I'm like, man, what the hell? But
because we've had that issue where like people come in with a picture and it's fucking
but it's up to us though to tell them like, nah, bro, that's you know, that's asking, that's for TV, bro.
And you can see their face just drop like,
oh
man, you mean I can't get this bright white ass, you know, glow in the back?
Yeah, you can on Instagram.
That's what I told them.
I'll do them. Yeah, I'll do it for them.
And I'll show them, you know, this is how you edit it. You know, so this is how it's gonna look, and this, and then you can reverse it on Instagram. You can reverse the high contrast, the saturation. You can reverse all that to see the redness, and I'll do it to them for that picture this time, and they're like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah. Me, I'm more into like when it comes to posting, I like more photography skill. You know, I did photography for a while. I was a graphic designer or post-production editor for a photographer, like a professional one. And and I can see. She taught me some stuff, and I use that for my photos and tattooing. The only really thing I do major on Photoshop that's like, wow, that's a lot of work for a photo, because these photos, that portrait mode fucking sucks. It does. It sucks. It just does a Gaussian blur around the object you're focused. Like, oh god, it's whack. So I'll take a regular picture, and then when I bring it into Photoshop, I'll make a depth map. And that's a lot to explain. It's just like you're doing layers and layers. Like anything closer to you is white, anything far away from you is black. So when you're done with that depth map, and you're hand painting it, by the way, with the Wacom tablet, you can do it on here too. But for Photoshop, there's a reason why you do that. So you get that, you transfer it to an alpha mask, right, into your channels, and then you go to filter, blur, then you go to lens blur, and you select your alpha 1 channel or whatever you name it, and then you appoint it, and you point it to that photo that you're using, and you pick a point of focus. So now it looks like you have an aperture, which is the blurred effect in the background to that, and it's more true. That's the only thing I do, and I get that same map, right, which is like a mask, and I apply my I lower the exposure on the background, so it makes the subject come out. So it's more of a photography thing. You're not modifying the tattoo at all. I mean, back in the day, it used to be like, if you did white on someone and you still like a little blood in your picture, yeah, you can smudge that out. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't sit there and put like Procreate white, or Photoshop black. There's some people who do that with lines. If you look at Tattoo Truth Fairy,
yeah,
that's great. Lots of laughs. My favorite one is if tattoos were food. I'm making a meme for them right now, actually. Like I did one for them. They reposted it. It was like it's a couple at the table, and it goes, "Can you put the fork in my mouth without food so I can see how it feels?" So relate that tattooing. What do you think? Let me put the needle on my skin without ink so I know how it feels. So if tattoos are food, like, you put the fork in my mouth,
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, so I'm doing a new one for them. I just thought about it yesterday. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good, but they're great. Yeah, they're awesome.
So how did the opportunity go? We're talking about your journey through tattoo shops.
Yes.
How did it? So you're working at a
Dreams and Ink. Yeah.
Then you go to Artistic Element. How did that happen?
Well, before I went to Artistic Element, I worked with Casper. With
okay.
Casperio. Yeah, at Transitions Tattoo in Huntington Beach. The only reason why I left there, and I loved it, it was awesome work with him. He's my friend. But it was because I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car, man. It was tough. I struggled a lot, dog. Fuck. But so that's the only
crazy.
reason.
You've been tattooing over 10 years and you're still having those obstacles of not even having a car. Like, you would think by that time you'd be balling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
the most important thing is, like, he still kept at it. Like, a lot of people would just be like, fuck, I'm gonna just go get another job.
Oh, I wanted to quit so many times.
Yeah.
Oh God. I can't even
Who
count.
kept you going? Yourself or family or?
You know what? I have to say that it was nobody in particular. I just sat there and, like, you know what? I made it this far. If I go back, I waste my time. I'm not gonna do that. And that's I think it has to do with my military conditioning and everything too, So, because they do that. They do motivate you, and you motivate yourself. So a lot of it has to do with that. A lot of my professionalism comes from military standard. There's when you're talking about organization, there's a chain of command. You answer to someone, and whenever you have work at a shop, and there's the owner or owners, that's the captain of the boat. They're the ones who keep the morale on the ship, or the shop. So if they're all, all guitado or borracho every day, coked out, drugged out, whatever, guess what? It's going to show everyone they can do it too, and your shop's going to fall apart. So that's why I learned those work ethics from the military. So going back to why I wanted to quit, oh man, I wanted to quit so many times. I was like, man, screw this, man. I'm just going to make an OnlyFans. But that didn't exist.
Toe fetish?
No, I was going to take pictures of fans. Yeah. Que este picheo, Niko aquí, like,
Dude, look at it. Look at it go. So satisfying.
Yeah.
You want to see you go faster?
Yeah. But then I'll spice it up. I'll just, like, do people, like, getting hit by fans, That's great.
Or what's that? The AMSMR or whatever.
ASMR?
You go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put your finger on it. Yeah.
Yo, I used to do that too, man.
Yeah. Or you're a kid, you're like, yeah. But I kept going. I kept going because I love what I do. I love what we all do. It's the greatest freaking job in the world. You know, like even gazillionaires have to like do bullshit too.
Yeah.
You know, except they get to do it on a yacht. Those bastards.
Let me ask you a question right here. We were talking the other day, remember? 2 days ago, and I said, right now you're new with this and tattooing. You love every aspect of it. It doesn't sound like work,
Right.
And I told him, no matter what you do, what kind of job you do, and you love it, there's gonna be a time where it just becomes work. You know, you have to change something that you do, and you have to ask yourself why it became a work, and then change it into something that's more that you find that passion again. Am I right? Like after 25 years, at some point of the tattooing, it becomes just work, huh?
Yeah. Once your passion feels like a job, then it's no longer a passion.
Yeah.
It's not.
So then how do you stop it from feeling that way?
Just keep doing different stuff. Keep learning. That's what keeps me excited. Even to this day, I still like, how can I do black and gray better? You know, when the moment I'm like, I got this, you know, but then I'm thinking like, nah, there's something I can do better than that.
This fucking guy. We're at the painting class, and I was asking him about a drop system because I was trying to experiment. That was when I first started doing drop system. And this guy broke down the whole drop system in science, like calculated everything. He showed me the formula. I was like, how the fuck do you even have the time for this?
I only did calculus in high school, and that was it. Yeah, I'm kind of a math nerd, but I'll show you what I got. Let's see. This one is, that's for my drop system. It's all, it's all kinds of formulas.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not lying. Yeah. So if you know basic, algebra, then you can get it. And then I have one for like even like stencil stuff that I make my own. So that's a pretty simple one. That's just, simple algebra right there.
There's a formula and everything.
Yeah. So just break it down. But ultimately, it's a recipe that everyone's been doing since the 90s. Half aloe vera gel, half melted down speed stick. Yeah, but there is a ratio. Yeah, that's a secret.
Did you make up the CSI too, or did you get that?
No, that CSI is your C curves, S curves, and straight lines. As long as they all come down, if you put them parallel to each other on every single one, and they come to a taper at some point of your line, that's like the basic fundamental of drawing. If you see Japanese art, if you see like new school, everyone does that. Even cartoons, logos, filigree. If you watch like or ornamental acanthus leaves and stuff like that, that's what the proper term is, and you'll see that. I watch a lot of woodworking videos on YouTube, and these guys making filigree by hand with pinchy wood. I'm like, damn, dude, that makes me like, I give up.
Yeah,
I give up. But you know what? That feeling of like you seeing someone better, you're like, oh man, I can't do that. Let that just like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I don't care if I fail. I'm not gonna do it on no one's skin. It's a lot more fun if you do it that way. You see their face. What the hell? You're like,
so never at a point in your career did you feel like it became a job?
Not really.
Tattooing.
Not really. Well, no, I take that back. Friday the 13th. Yeah, I'll never do that shit again. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, actually, you haven't done one. You did half of one, but
half of one.
Yeah, because you only did it to like 11 p.m.
No, I did some here before we had with what's his face?
I think the longest Friday 13 I've done was from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. the next day.
Yeah,
that's not Friday the 13th. Well, that's Friday the weekend.
That's sweatshop. That's sweatshop work.
That's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
No,
I don't. I did like 40 something tattoos, but it's the same thing. It was a walk-in shop.
Yeah,
you had to do them. Whatever came in, you have to do it. And then we're not gonna let anything go because obviously that's how we got paid.
The trick is to Friday the 13th to use the same needle, dog.
Same station, huh?
Yeah,
run them.
No, well, you know how we did it. My friend Elle, who's passed already, she has black filigree tattoo in San Marcos, right at the time, and she invited me to do Friday the 13th with her. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I did that, and she was smart, dude. This girl, man, she was on it. So what her crew and she did is overnight they got paper plates and they put ink cap, right, a little dab of
like
AMD.
kits,
Yeah,
little kits.
and then she'll cover them with foil. It looked like, you know, a barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, dope. So she did that. She had stacks of them. She'll go to the front. Okay, you're gonna be with Richie. You're gonna be with Sybil. You're gonna be with Micah. Okay, you're gonna do that. And then they check in with her, and she keeps track of everything. She did all the book where people come in. You know, she had a helper drop off a paper plate. All you needed was your ink. That was it. And your machine. I was using a coil back then. I was using my Mickey Sharp's micro dial, man. And she goes, nothing but black tattoos, no color, no. She was very strict on that.
Yeah,
you know, very strict. And then you're only using a 5-liner. 5-liner. That's it. You're shading 5-liner. You know, if you have a mag, maybe. Those needle on bar and disposable. So the kit had the you know, the basics, the disposable grip and the needle. That was the smartest one I did. And that day, I probably made, let me see, with the percentage taken away, I probably took home maybe like $700.
Nice.
I'm like, that's not bad. At that time, I was charging $800 for the day. You know, $100 an hour at that time. And this is, man, it was a long time ago. It's like before I even started. No, it was right when I started working for Roman, actually. That was in 7 years ago.
Does he do Friday the 13th?
Yeah, we still do him. Yeah, he loves that shit. Hell yeah. People think he's like some asshole. I'm like, no, dude, he's like the nicest person in the world.
Truly loves.
Yeah.
So how did it start with him?
Well, I met Roman in 2004. He was working at Tried and True Tattoo in the Moreno Valley. And then we started hanging out at the conventions when I seen him. And when I first hung out with them was in the Cow Palace convention, the Body Art Expo in San Jose or San Francisco. That one was fun. Oh man, we were drinking all night. We were so hungover the next day. It was awesome. And so yeah, then we started hanging out, and it's just a convention thing. And he was like, hey, let's go do this. And after the show, we're gonna go do that. And then I would visit him at the shop, you know, in Yucaipa, his old location. And that's when I first met Randy Engelhardt. He's from Germany. He's like the German Roman. Yeah, he's a really cool guy, man.
He was big like 5 years ago, huh? He was like killer. Dude. I mean, he was popping on social media.
Now he's calmed down a lot. Like his shop is freaking beautiful. It's like a castle.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called House of Colors. Yeah, I think it's in Zwickau or Dresden.
Where's he from?
Sure. Deutschland. So Deutschland, yeah, from Germany. Yeah, I'm learning German too, by the way. So yeah, it's das wunderbar.
So he was there, and then when you went,
yeah. So he was there. He was tattooing old coworker of mine, Jesse, you know, and tattooing his hand. And I was like, oh man, that's cool. And he goes, hey, if you want to come check it out, you can. All right. So I went. Yeah, but it was cool, man. It was like, wow, this is Randy Engelhardt, you know. Wow, that's Roman. Well, I was like, oh, that's Roman. So no, but like, yeah, it was so cool. That vibe, that shop was like a brand new vibe to me at the time. You know, I was like, wow, this is real artists here. You know, I'm an artistic element. Then I started working there when Roman opened up the new location. I'm like, what's up, dog? Do I qualify? LOL, laughing. Thinking I'm like, I ain't getting in that shop.
Right.
This fool fucking text me, hey, fucker, I know you forever. Get your ass over here. So I went over there, you know, and I walked into the shop, man. It was live, dude. Every station was full. TVs are going with Solon TV stuff, you know, nice. 7 years ago. It was like, wow.
Just the vibe going on.
Yeah, it was a dope ass vibe.
I saw his process of when he was building it. He would get, like, he spent a lot of money, right, to make those gears and everything.
Yeah, he built all that himself. And him and his buddy, one of his buddies, I forgot his name, but they did everything. He tagged them on everything. Yeah. They did
how
everything.
They used the PVC pipes to make it look like it's like plumbing and stuff like that. Yeah,
I've hit my head on those. Yeah, I've hit my head on. It's like I'm like, oh, I dropped something. I get up. I'm like, oh shit. You know, but yeah, they and now it's like the shop has reduced a little bit. You know, people come and go, and so we have three lounges now.
Shit.
Yeah, so we have one on his side, one we have a waiting area on my side, then we have one for us, like the artists on my side. You know, so you know, get TV, coffee mess, refrigerator, all that good stuff, microwave. You know, should get a hibachi grill. That'd be dope. Instead of a tattoo shop, you know. People getting tattooed, you want some rice? You know, hit it. But yeah, it's but like again, when you have your shop and you're just it's just like a never ending journey. especially in this world, in this, industry, it's never ending. Just don't stop, man. If you feel like it's a job, then like you need to change it. Change whatever it is that you do. Like think about what are you doing every day? You just coming here to work and just sitting down your station, waiting for people to come in, checking your IG, going through Bumble, whatever it is. Bumble sucks. And yeah,
Did I
trust me.
hit you back up?
No. Dude, my messages are drier than the Sahara. Remember I said I don't date and I try and look what happens. But you know what? I'm not gonna give up. That's the moral of the story.
eHarmony, bro. eHarmony, come on.
Nah. Christian Mingle.
Christian Niko.
He photoshops his tattoos off.
Nah, I'll have them on there. I can do Christian Mingle.
It'd be like farmers only.
That'd be dope. Get a little Ellie Mae, clamp it. She goes, what is this? This menudo? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Pinche pendeja. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Christian Mingle would be better for me. I'll be like all about Leviticus. I'm like, test me like Job in the desert.
This guy.
I got all the jobs. Love 316.
Look, I got a rosary on my arm.
Yeah, I got a rosary. It doesn't have a crucifix, so I'm Christian. I got this rosary in Guam by my buddy Art in Ladera Heights, or Oregana Heights over there. Yeah, Guam's an awesome little island. Yeah, they have man of wars over there. I don't go in that water. Hell no. Get freaking stung. Someone peeing on me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to pee on it to disinfect.
No, you
them?
don't.
No?
I just don't. Yeah. It's kind of my thing. No?
I just like it.
I just like
This
it
guy.
because it's clean, because it's sterile, and I like it. We're from dodgeball. Yeah, but I think with most artists nowadays, because of technology and the way we, express ourselves. Back in the day, it was magazines. For a long time, magazines. Well, first it was conventions and then magazines, and now it's whenever you're done, which is cool. I think I embrace it. I really do, except for TikTok. I embrace it, right? Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, probably
you have to
next
know
week.
the change. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Oh, I talk to older cats, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't even use those vibrators anymore. I don't use those vibrators, pins."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Pins.
I love them, bro.
yeah.
I love them all the time. I like coils too. Difference with coils and rotaries is that with the rotary, you have 10 different machines or more in that rotary, depending how you use it, if you know what you're doing. With a coil, I use this one for shading. I use this one for lining. I use this one
Color
for
packing.
3-liners. This one's for color packing. And this one's for 45 mags. And then your machine in your station's like this.
And it's like
when I could just pick up that Cheyenne, I'm like, it's for everything. But now I got, Cheyenne 3.5 and 4.0, the stroke, 3.5 is lighter hit and 4.0 is for color packing and lining.
Do you remember the time when you because Cheyenne came out with the cartridges first?
Yes, they did.
I remember I was working in a garage with my boy Johnny Tat, and we were looking, and I saw this magazine, and in the back it had a Cheyenne company, and it had this machine. It was the actual
the Hawk.
And then it had
Spirit.
these cartridges, and we're like, what the hell?
I used to make fun of that thing all the time.
I was like, at the time, it was like, it's still expensive, right? It was still like $1,100 bucks.
Yeah, it was like 800.
Give or take, right? With shipping and everything.
With the whole kit was like 1,100.
Yeah. And then I was like, man, if we buy it, it would be cool. We'd be the first ones. But then what if it breaks? You have to wait the whole time,
Yeah.
So,
And then cartridges were like $4 each back then.
$3.50.
Damn.
Yeah, it was about 30, and you only got 10. So it was $35 a box.
Yeah.
Now they do 20. I'm like, yeah. But I don't use Cheyenne cartridges. I mean, they're good though.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about the needles about Cheyenne though, that they have over everyone else, is that the needles are polished textured. So the ink sticks onto the needle a lot more. Now they have the capillary ones. They hold more ink in the reservoir. Yeah.
But I heard
haven't tried
those
those,
actually, it tosses the ink back into the
capillary ones?
into the back of the cartridge.
Oh, it shouldn't. I mean, Cheyenne's the one who made it. So if that does that, they're a defective thing.
What do you use for your
I like the quadrants.
quadrant?
Yeah.
And then for your machine?
For the machine, I use a Cheyenne on Sol Nova Unlimited. I used a 3.5 stroke and a 4 stroke.
So you have both of them set up?
Yes. Yeah, I have one's for lining and color packing. The other one's for just blending It's just like a pencil, like a paper stump.
Right.
How you blend. That's my 3.5 is really. Or if I'm doing like fine line black and gray, anything over like a 3, I'll use lining with that. And I'll use that with like the response mode. That's a pretty cool thing. The blinking light on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you use that.
I don't like it.
I like it. I like it for soft shading because what it does, it reduces the it reduces the GIF. Yeah. It reacts to the tension of the skin. So that's pretty cool. But for line work, you want more of the direct hit, because you can feel the vibration in your hands. Yeah. That's what I was teaching. We have an apprentice, and I was teaching over the needle deaf. And I told him, like, when you have stretching skin and you can feel the vibration in the skin, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how deep you go. Because every part of the skin is different. You don't have tattooing bone. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, though.
Do you approach your tattoos the same way that you paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're doing multiple sessions and stuff like that?
Sometimes. Depends. Like that Pennywise one I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
That one's about 2 sessions. No, 3. 16 hours. Each session is about 4 to 5 hours. Yeah. Cool. So that one's fun. That was on a good friend of mine. Yeah, she's cool. But like I pretty much her whole body. Yeah. So she gets the good guy rate with me. Yeah.
Well, he does a lot more color flower tattoos.
Oh, I know. I'm the flower guy.
And butterflies.
By choice or
no? I just enjoy. I enjoy doing it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like flowers.
What's your go-to? If somebody says do whatever you want, what's your go-to?
Star Wars.
You know what? Surprisingly, as much as I love Star Wars, I've only done maybe like 3 or 4 Star Wars tattoos ever. I'm working on one right now. It's like Darth Vader's castle. Yeah. I'm waiting for that guy to come in. Yeah, it's pretty dope. But my go-to artwork, when someone says go ham.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a good one. I kind of like. I'm stuck between like H.R. Giger, and Boris and Julie Bell, like that surrealism. I like the surrealism in that, like Salvador Dali. He's awesome too. Caravaggio, all that. That type of work. The sculpture work, I like that as well. And then on the other side, on the other hand, I like clown girls. That whole.
There you go. Do a mesh right there of that.
So I was trying to do like a clown girl on a Caravaggio painting.
Yeah.
With the melted clock hanging out.
There you go.
I don't have a creative mind. I really don't. I have silly shit. I'm not like, it's going to be this awesome piece. Me, I was like, it's a flying aardvark drinking coffee. We're going to do that with Lokes.
I just came across an idea of what is a chimera. A client one of mine, it's like a half lion, half goat, and a snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like some client of mine wants that. I had to Google it. And I was like, what the hell's a chimera?
Yeah. That's like the Eastern European of the chupacabra,
Yeah.
But except it has hair.
So that's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Those, I've looked that up. I just recently did one of Seraphim, which is one of the the archangels or angels from the Revelation. It's an eyeball with wings. The guy came at me with the cartoon version of it, and I tried doing it on ZBrush, and I was like, it was taking too long. I had him there at 9 a.m, and I didn't get started. I'm like, you know what? I just gave up. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this. So I did a wing a long time ago, just one, so I can use it for other drawings. Close one and open one. Right? I painted it on Procreate or on Photoshop, saved it out. So I used that. I got the eyeball, just picked it off the internet, cleaned it up, made it different and everything too. Like paint over that, fixed the lighting on everything too. And then I just duplicated the wing 3 times on this side. Control J, make a new layer, Control T, free transform, put the pivot point right in the middle of the eye. And then I just flip horizontally, right click, hit do that. And then bam, let's mash everything together. And there it is. I have my design. And then I fine tuned everything out, like, painting really roughly, like loose almost, because when I do the tattoo, I have more artistic freedom on there. So when most people, they'll get a reference and like, if they look like a loose painting, no, I don't like it. I won't do it. I'm like, yeah, you should do that, because now you have room to do your own thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They want this perfect. I want to see every single pore.
Yeah, because hyperrealism is just like everything.
I think hyperrealism, like, I think it's great. It looks good on Instagram, but after it's healed,
all that little detail just meshes. Huh?
It's can't even tell. No one gives a shit. Really, no one cares.
True.
I mean, look at there's Ralph Neinweiler, right? Fucking badass dude. That guy's so badass.
Doesn't he use like a magnets in his glass, or not magnets? What is it?
Oh, the jewelry things.
Yeah.
I saw him at Golden State one time, and he was. I'm like looking. I'm like, wow, man, this guy's tight. You know, his fool looked up at me. He had his thing like this. Watch out, it was funny. So he's like this. He looked at me. He's like, huh? What?
Oh,
Like-
he had one of the magnifiers.
Yeah,
magnifying,
to like
yeah.
cut jewelry.
Yeah,
bro.
that's overkill.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny as fuck. You know, but the guy has good work.
Yeah.
You know, and I have seen his work healed. I'm like, oh, okay, it doesn't look bad at all. But then again, it was like the guy who had the work didn't really take care of it. I'm like, this mother, you know, I was like, I want to see that shit full potential.
Have you seen David Vega's work? Healed?
Not healed. No,
Not healed?
I think I ran into him in Texas because I remember some guy walking around, and
Pooch was just there with him.
yeah, I seen that.
Oh, bastard.
Yeah, I know, fucking asshole. I missed that.
He
fucker.
killed that portrait he did.
Yeah, I
That shit
miss
was
Pooch, dude.
badass.
I miss working with him. All we do is quote shit from Coming to America. I miss that fucker, man. But yeah, he
Personality.
he works like literally 2 blocks away from where I live. But I never go visit him because the asshole's not there. Yeah,
I was
never there.
this close to taking a seminar, but I just
Should've.
pull the trigger. Yeah.
Yeah, he should have. You know, he does well. I won't take it.
Weren't we supposed to go to his grand opening?
Yes,
Yeah, but
yes,
then
and
we
I never
got-
went. I was
yeah.
working. Yeah, I
were
wouldn't
both
take the
working.
seminar because I'm just not a colored pencil guy.
Right.
Yeah, just
do-
like
I
he's
love
not a Photoshop guy. I'm not a colored pencil guy.
Yeah.
I never really use colored pencils at all, you know. But I have to just pick a struggle. Oil painting.
So you got 25 years in the game, right? In the
About
industry.
26. Yeah,
Okay.
I started in May 15th, 1996.
the fuck? You can remember that
What time?
Yeah. It was around after school.
It was like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I do remember.
Was it
it was-
after watching Power Rangers or what?
No, that was
Or
early-
Ninja Turtles?
after Ninja Turtles.
I got the Ninja Turtles sleep, dude. I'm fucking excited for that.
Nice.
Old school ones.
Yeah.
So my question is like, we always wonder like where is this going in the next 20 years? You know?
Tattooing?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you have conversation with a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
that have. What do you think? Tell our audience where do you think it's going?
I personally think it's gonna go the way of the barber. You have to go to school. You have to get a certificate, and it's gonna be subsidized by the state.
Really?
I think so because look how
Interesting.
popular it is.
Yeah.
You know,
So you think government wants their cut now?
dude, the government's a mafia.
Yeah.
You know,
They're just waiting until it hits a trigger
yeah,
trigger number.
I mean, they already came out with the numbers. Like, what? This industry is like a $5 billion industry.
yeah. I want to know who gave him that number because I don't got $5 billion. You know, for real, they're
Yeah.
assholes. They just want their cut.
They
Eh?
just want the math.
You
You know
know?
the math. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many artists there is registered? You calculate how much they average, and then
Yeah.
you know
That's the thing. It's average.
average.
You know, like the average politician is a pinche crook. You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't like the government at all. I know. I've seen some bad stuff. in
we
my
love
time.
We love on.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
I don't.
No, just kidding.
I don't because yeah, they just want to. You know, they just want you're like, hey, like me. Let's say I make a kite out of caca. And like, hey, I'm selling. I'm really successful. Now we want to cut too. I'm like, excuse me, dog. I'll knock your ass out. But yeah, but like,
So highly regulated.
I
you say?
think it's gonna be highly regulated. There's gonna be a lot more better artists because see, with that information, more information is gonna be out there. More tools. I saw a thing about Post Malone being under anesthesia. I see that as becoming a trend as well.
Sanga's leaving that.
I was actually talking to Alon about that too. And
Yeah.
I think you're there too, but we're like saying something's gonna happen because it's such a big liability that
Mhm.
it actually might affect the whole industry
Yeah,
when something bad does happen.
that's very possible.
Because if you think about it, they're pushing the limits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But say someone dies. I hope
Yeah.
not. Someone dies. Now that's gonna trigger the government to step in and now regulate everyone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I see less and less shops gonna open
Yeah.
because a lot of people are gonna say, "Fuck these regulations. I'm gonna
Mhm.
do my own thing." I'm gonna go tattoo out of in the back of El Camino in my garage or whatever. I actually know someone who did that.
I mean, nowadays with the accessibility of all the equipment,
Mhm.
and you can. If you have a corner at your house, you can just,
Yeah,
you don't need a shop's like attention or walk-ins to bring in. You just go on
Yeah.
Instagram and say, I'm an artist now.
Yeah, and you can
You
work
know?
at AutoZone during the day and tattoo at night. You know, you meet people at AutoZone at your work, and that's your extra tax-free money. You know, and because you're already paying your taxes at your job, so that's just extra highly. You know, I see that a lot, but with the regulations, I do see them going up because of, you know, risks like that being under, you know, anesthesia. But, you know, I'm sure they did the proper stuff. I mean, according to Instagram, it was on there.
What about shops overall? Like you see, of course, you're at Artistic Element, which is one of the premier shops here in Inland Empire. And I'm seeing it as a shop owner. I just like to, you know, like see what's going on in the industry, and I'm seeing that people are actually like investing more than $1 million to set up a shop. Yeah, that's crazy. It doesn't happen everywhere, but I think it's gonna be a standard where if you want to bring attention to your shop, you're gonna have to invest $250,000 or more.
That's the truth.
You know.
Yes.
And before, how much was a shop? Just fucking 10,000 or whatever. Put up some flash. Yeah. A couple chairs. You know, under 20,000 easily.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe part of that has to do with, you know, how good you look.
Yeah. Aesthetic.
You know, and like, but they'll never post their overhead.
Right.
You know, they'll never post their, you know, their days, their bad days. You know. Yeah. I mean, I don't post shit at all because no one cares. But I just started posting my face. Yeah, really? I used to wear a Mandalorian helmet all the time.
He did.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna take it to the convention. Yeah, this is a wear and tattoo it. You know,
you should have, bro. You go viral like that.
Yeah, pinche líneas all tuerco and shit. You know?
I have a little Grogu in my passenger seat.
I should. I have a Grogu T-shirt. But yeah, I just started doing that because Josh convinced me otherwise. He goes, you know, dude, you got such a pretty face. Why don't you put it up? I'm like, I don't know, bro. You know? I don't know. Nah, but I listened to you guys' podcast and you guys are right. People need to know who you are. You know, and I'm like, all right, well, you've been warned. You know, they don't call me fail for nothing. So, shit with it. You know, I'm gonna go with it. I don't care. My face is fat. I don't really. It's the camera angle. So, I started doing that. I'm being more interactive. It's a lot of work, dog.
It is.
You know, because I like to go home. I, you know, pour myself a glass of wine. You know, or drink some Japanese whiskey that I have, or some scotch. You know, I got a bottle of Macallan 15 at home, and then like, you know, I just like to do that, relax. Now I don't want to talk about like artwork, whatever. But then this is me at the same time, like, oh, that's a nice piece.
Fucking scrolling,
yeah, like all artwork. I don't. Actually, my favorite media on my social media platform is ArtStation because it's all art. If you haven't know what ArtStation is, artstation.com. There's an app for that.
Really?
Yes. It's all artists. I get a lot of inspiration. If you want to be inspired, artstation.com. It's just like Instagram, double tap you like. And yeah, it's awesome. Like it's all digital artists. You know, I think there's conventional artists too. I'm not too sure. But it's all digital art. And a lot of these guys, they're fucking good, man. Like one of my favorite ones, he's a 3D sculptor. He's one of the co-founders of Chaos Masons, Chaos Keos Masons, Masons, and they are from Canada, and the stuff that they do is like, how do you do this? And they put YouTube seminar, not like they do seminars for YouTube or Patreon that you can buy, and I think that gave me an idea. Like, well, shit, in the future when I'm like, you know, when I'm older, grumpier man. I want to do stuff like that. In Patreon, do you want to know how I tattoo or how I do this or do that? Patreon, dude, $5. $5. You know, that's less than a pack of smokes. That's less than the coke that you snort, you know? It's less money you throw at the strippers. You know what I mean? That's less money for pinche Hennessy or Louis 13. Oh my God, that shit's so expensive. But like, yeah, it's knowledge, you know, and as long as you keep it cheap, man. I mean, if you think about it, it has to be good, though. Yeah, it has to be good.
I mean, it kind of already started, though. Like, with all these private seminars that people are doing online. I think that's another thing that the pandemic actually helped a lot, too. It opened a lot of artists to do seminars.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't know how to do that though. Like, hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I see that at every video. I'm like, I don't know. I think as you,
By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe.
If you haven't figured it out yet, stop. Don't follow me on MySpace.
So that they have 25 years again. That's a lot of knowledge, man, and it's dope. To a newcomer into the game that watches our podcast that wants to get in, or they're doing it out of their house, what 3 tips would you give them so that they can become an artist, a tattoo artist?
Well, first off, you better love it. You better love it. Love it like you're, like you did your ex. Even though she treated you like crap, you kept going back.
Damn.
Photoshop a tear on there, Carlos. Zoom in, get the.
That's truth though, because we've all been there. Yeah. I mean, I have. I don't date, by the way, and no, you love it. You love it. You have to love it, and you have to you don't have to tell no one that. You just got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself. Facts. You have to be like, do I really want to do this for a living? Or do I want to do this because I love it? Or do I want to do it for money? Because if you do it for money, you're not going to get good at all. You're going to make money, but you're not going to get good at all. You're going to just do the same old shit for the next 10, 12, 20 years, retire and whatever. Yeah. Which is fine. So there's people who like McDonald's and there's people who like, regular barbecue, I guess. Yeah. But that's tip number 1. You got to love it. Number 2, draw your ass off. Study art. There's so much information out there, especially on YouTube, where you could just study art. Even if it's something don't draw. If you study architecture, why am I going to learn about buildings when I'm drawing people? But see, architecture, it teaches you proportions, vantage points, how stuff works, structure,
composition.
A lot of buildings, as a matter of fact, even your iPhone or the first iPod that came out was built based on the ratio of the Fibonacci sequence.
Golden ratio.
Yeah, the golden ratio. Golden shower. So it's been teaching you that. I think it's 6.108 or something like that. Or no, 1.608 or 18, 16, 18, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. No, but it's that. For example, our faces, our bodies, it's all based off of that ratio, which I personally believe is just a coincidence. But
no, they say if you're closer to that ratio, you're more good looking. If you're farther away,
I'm way off. I'm like -1.
It says basically it attracts people's eye more. So if you see landscape or something, you get that golden ratio as well. I mean, I sent you the video when you first started here, so you can learn about it. Yeah. But yeah, it's basically how to put things in perspective, especially compositions, where it looks attractive to the eye.
Yes. There's all kinds of composition too. Oh my gosh. But that's part of the learning to draw. Van Gogh, for example, when he did Starry Nights, people rule of thirds or whatever. No. He did it off of one line and went off that line, went off that. And that's what the whole CSI thing is, C curves, S curves, and straight lines. He did a lot of that. A lot of then part of the Fibonacci sequence is spiral. So you implement that C curve into a spiral, the S curve into a spiral. It all tapers in. It's a full formula on that. It's crazy what all these people. This is I don't know.
1600s.
Gosh.
No, it's 1500s.
Yeah, around there, about the Renaissance. Yeah, late 1400s, early or 1500s maybe, and post Renaissance, Baroque and all that stuff. After that, these guys, this is hundreds of years of knowledge that they passed down, and it's on YouTube now. That's crazy, huh? It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's a crazy girls. Yeah. No, but so that's number 1. You gotta love it. You gotta study. Third tip is don't be afraid to fail. Failure is gonna be your best teacher. I failed. I did some fucked up work, dude, back in the day. Oh my gosh. You see my first portrait. It put a pinchy Rocha. He didn't even have a mustache. You know what I learned that day? That bring in a good photo. Yeah. Bring in a good photo. Nothing this big either. Not your driver's license. You know, you blow it up, it's gonna look. Ugh. Yeah. And don't tattoo portraits on fingers.
No. What the hell? You did that?
No, yeah, I did that. I know people who do that, like Ben Grillo. Oh, man, I'm so jealous of that guy.
Didn't he used to work with Ellen?
I don't know. I don't remember.
There's a guy that was really good at tattooing finger portraits.
My buddy Herman, like he's badass too, man. He could do like shit like that on people's fingers. I'm like,
the one that amazes me is the ones in the ears.
Oh yeah, those ones.
Ears?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Have you done one in the ear?
No, but I've seen them.
Dude, this guy's good at doing it on the fingers, clean.
That's
really
good.
Clean.
Thanks.
And that shit is hard.
Yeah, it is. I still have a hard time with it.
Yeah.
I hate. There, you know, like adopt the eye, you know. But with fingers, I've learned with fingers is that bug pin liners work the best for fingers.
Like you gotta blow it out.
It's a controlled blowout. Norm was the one who taught me that before he passed. Norm taught me that controlled blowouts. I'm like, oh, that's what bug pin liners are for. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that till like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, you learn something every day. But don't be afraid to learn.
So if you use a long taper, then the ink.
No, talk about the diameter of the needle. So the ones I like are the number 8s, which is I believe 25 thousandths of an inch. Not too sure. I have to double check. But the number 8s, because you have number 8, number 10, number 12. Cheyenne for some reason has number 14.
Quadrants, I think it's 35, 30, and 25.
Yeah.
And 25.
So a 35 is a number 12.
Standard.
Yeah, then it goes down from there. But Cheyenne has a number 14. That's on their super liners. And if you're watching Cheyenne, change your single needle out. Gosh, it sucks. Because the needle's too thick and you can't get no ink through there. And then the actual tip is too narrow. And I know right now they're like, that's in shite. So, you know, I'm like, you know what, dog? Let me tell you something. You know? Yeah. Tatuvier ich bin leaving. So, all right.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. I said tattooing is my life. Yeah, but like again, like those, I would say those are the 3 main things. You know, you gotta love it, you gotta study it, and you can't be afraid to fail. Because you're gonna mess up. Failure's your best teacher.
So what do you say to those people that are starting and then they want to go from? Cause I see it in this kid too. Sometimes he gets all these small ones, but he really wants to do a big one and experiment to the big ones. You know what I mean? So would you recommend fuck it, do it, or stick to small ones, learn the fundamentals first, and then
it better be a good friend of yours who's dope. Like who's like, yeah, I don't care if you mess me up. Because I mean, and I'm not saying you're gonna mess up like, you know, pinchy, like looking like sloth, you know, on a portrait. But like I usually say, like, when you start off, you're doing something like smaller than your palm. And then you move on to something the size of your hand. And then you move on to the size of your forearm. And then it goes from there. When you have that itch, like, man, I'm doing this, and you seriously in your heart believe like I can knock this out, yeah, then do it. Give it a shot. Give it on someone who trusts you, something that even if you have to do a couple sessions over it, because you're still learning. As long as they understand that you're learning, then I don't see no problem.
Yeah, as long as you're transparent and let them know.
Yeah, you know, like if as far as that monetary gain from that, I mean, they feel personally, I like if I'm experimenting on someone, I'm like, just bring me lunch. You know, I like food. But I just tell them, like, just bring me lunch, or something like that. But if they're cool, they're going to hook you up. Like, no, it's half price, dog. You know, because when you come back, I have to fix it, you know, and it will happen. You know, I can make it darker here. You know, I can use more black here, you know.
I saw, I don't know if you're in the tattoo shop chat on, was it Facebook?
No, I don't go on Facebook. Yeah. I have it, but I don't go on there.
So there's a forum there where it's tattoo shops, and you know, people put there, and some guy said that basically a chat of some lady that messaged him talking shit like, hey, you messed up my tattoo, it's bleeding out, either you're gonna pay for my laser or pay to fix it up, right? And the guy was like, well, that's he didn't know what to do, that's why he was put in the chat, like, what should I do? Like, I did this when I was an apprentice. And this was 6 years ago.
What the
hell? She's messaging me this week, you know?
Yeah. Is she poor? Does she need money? Just do a
She's like, I'm gonna report you to the business bureau, whatever.
Yeah, the owner of the FBI.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should. Yeah, Better Business Bureau.
Yeah.
Yeah. In order to do that, you have to be a part of the Better Business Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to sign, like, your business has to sign up for them to. Apparently, it gets you more money, or I don't know. I can afford not to have that. Yeah, I eat filet mignon on Fridays.
I think the whole chat was saying like, yeah, that's what you have to tell them. You have to be upfront with them. Tell them,
yes, you
you're
do.
learning. You sign the contract, and you be completely transparent with them. Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah,
it's gonna bite you in the ass.
Those liability forms. I mean, I have not had a client fill those out in years because it's my own people.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very choosy on who I tell. If it's some stranger off the street, hell yeah, you're gonna sign that damn thing. My shit's bulletproof. And but those things, they do protect you. That's what they're designed to do. Yeah. Because of people like that. Oh, you messed me up. You're gonna pay for my thing. Like, you know what? Go to nah. Sue me. Prove that I did it. Number one. Mm. You know, is there a picture of me with you with today's paper? You know, with the receipt from Circle K, you know, right next to me. Then I want your grandma there, you know, making like some pozole or whatever. I don't know.
Actually, when we did a seminar with Daniel Rocha, his wife went deep into like, because they've been getting sued. You know what I mean? Like, and they talk about it's real because once you get big enough, people are going to go after you.
Yep.
They're going to try to figure out a way to get a cut.
You hear about Kat Von D?
No.
So I was on Google. I was on the toilet, right? And I'm on Google. So I'm on Google. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know? So I'm like, oh shit. So apparently Kat Von D's getting sued for a Miles Davis portrait. Miles Davis, awesome jazz musician, by the way. A portrait she did on some guy. Mm. And it's a really nice portrait. You know, I mean, she's Kat Von D, right? You know, she's a celebrity and she's a good tattoo artist who is from Colton, Grand Terrace, by the way. So hey, represent. Because I live in Redlands. But the photographer of the picture that she used a reference from, he's suing her for that.
No way.
Yes.
For not using the rights of it?
I guess so. But it's a pinche tattoo.
Yeah.
So I feel like, what, dog, you poor or something, homie?
Yeah.
Like,
that's basically what it's saying.
Yeah, que pedo.
I need money.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Well, I think that's going to happen too. Like, in the future, like, photographers are going to be trying to protect their thing. Like, what, the NBA or not who's the person that makes the NBA games? The
EA Sports?
EA Sports.
Yeah.
They try to claim rights on the players' tattoos. So now when they're doing magazine shoots,
yes.
They wanted a cut for their pictures. Yeah, because their tattoos was under there.
So are we gonna patent all our tattoos now?
That's what they're saying is gonna happen.
So in addition to your question earlier about what do I see tattoos in 20 years, it's gonna be like corporatized. I guess that's a word.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's already started.
It's gonna be corporatized. Mm-hmm. And because of people like that, it's their greed drives their compassion. Yeah. You know, they're like the Sith, you know? Those people freaking annoy me, dude. Really, it's like, come on, dog. Like, serio? Like,
it's starting. Everybody's trying to get in.
So many people ripped off my shit. You know what? Go ahead, dog. I don't care. You know what I mean? Oh, I need a piece of that. Oh, my bad. Because I need to go buy a Bentley, you know? Or I need to buy new J's. I shop at Ross, dude. And Tilly's, and I get free shirts. Well, this one I pay for. Yeah. Yeah. But, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's where I see it. Next couple of years, I see it going back to underground, you know. But then
I see a lot going back to the underground.
And if it's a shop, it's gonna be retail style, like the Vegas shops. Actually, the shops in Vegas and the casinos, I think that's how it's gonna be.
Or that's the Hollywood ones.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that same thing. Like, we need an attraction now.
You need
like
a gimmick,
an experience. You know, that's what we say. So like, in the future, we want to add like a coffee barista or something.
Yeah,
you know. So that people come in and they have a coffee, they experience something, they get tatted. Mm-hmm. Because to keep up and be like at the top, you have to stand alone. And then there's a dime a dozen shops everywhere, full of flash everywhere.
There is.
You know what I'm saying? And in order to be just get out of that group, we have to do some kind of attraction to it. You know, speaking from our point of view.
No, that's absolutely right. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, personally, I'm a coffee guy. I love coffee. I like it in the morning. I like it during the day, iced. And at nighttime, decaf for me. Yeah. because
we drink coffee all day long.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
gives me mad chorro, dude. Oh my
Cleans
god,
her out.
dude. Like if I fart, it sounds like a whistle. You know, there's nothing blocking it. So
You get the little dust.
yeah, little peditos are. No.
You can tell by the sound of how your bowels are doing.
Yeah, gut health is very important, kids. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool, but again, and that's because they want to do that. If they feel they need to do that, then do that. Maybe they're coming out with something new. You know, maybe you know how it is. The people are gonna get mad. They're gonna talk.
Yeah, I always make fun of the idea, but it's coming. I know. Where I tell my clients, you know, later on, I'm just gonna put you on chair number 4 with arm A637, you know, and there's gonna be an arm and it's gonna come out, set you up, and then it's gonna get your infinity sign. Yeah, you know, it's gonna happen.
Do that the robot one.
Yeah, the little robot.
Yeah.
One.
That'd be
coming,
dope.
You know,
put a quarter in there and turn the knob.
And then so artists are gonna have to compete against the machine's exact designs. So how do you compete against that? By
I'm funnier than the machine.
Facts.
Yeah,
that's my point. That people want
the human experience.
They love hanging out with you. Yeah.
Yeah, they want the human experience.
Let me ask you that question. How important do you think the human experience, the client on artist's experience is, aside from the tattooing of it?
I think it's very important because I don't want to get tattooed by an asshole. Because I know some artists who are fucking good, dude. Like I look at their work like, damn, but they're assholes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm an asshole too, but you know, I care. You know, but I care.
Right.
Pero like.
I mean, that's half the.
So chicano.
Pero like.
I know, right? But I really think that the human experience is about, as far as, you know, the client who's coming, especially for the first time they're meeting you.
Yeah.
You know, the first
they
impression.
Have their walls up.
Yeah.
They're, you know, they don't know what to expect. They have the stereotype of where assholes were.
Oh yeah, automatically, we're out to get them for every penny they have.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, that's $5,000 for that neck tattoo, cabrona. You know, I know. I was like, wow, but there is a reason for that. You know, I always accept the word of the devil's advocate all the time because that's how I learn. You know, sometimes there's things people do I disagree with. You know, and that's like, but that's their thing. You know, I can't, just because I disagree with it doesn't mean I hate them. You know, I'm like, hey, do your thing, dude. You know, I call it. I have my own things. It's called it's the ketchup paradox. You know, it's like, I fucking hate ketchup. I think it's a sin. I think it's the most revolting thing on the planet. It's just vinegar and, you know, and processed bullshit. But I can't hate it all the way because I do it like it on French fries, hash browns,
pizza.
Sorry, threw up. And I like it on Costco dogs, you know, and hamburgers.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's it. Everything else is blasphemy to me. Especially on eggs, I will kill myself.
Oh my.
I'm like, I'll be back. I'm gonna go right here in a foothill and do cartwheels in traffic, you know. But it doesn't mean I hate that person. My son does it. It's gross, and my sister does it too. And but again, that's because that's their own personal decision. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I'm gonna talk shit. I mean, I'm gonna talk shit, but I mean, not like disrespect.
Right.
And a lot of people do that on Instagram nowadays, you know, whether it be artwork, their political, religious beliefs, whatever. But that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. It's because they're so self-centered, so compassionate about their own beliefs. They want to put it onto you, you know. And then tattooing is the same thing. For example, you got the tattoo snobs. You know, it should be bold lines, solid color, whip shading. You get them in, you can get them out. That's a fucking tattoo. I'm like, oh, thank you a lot. You know, thanks a lot. Make sure you let the chairman of the board, how I feel about that as well. Thank you. Because they're the authority on that. Self-appointed, by the way. You know, and tattooing is so diverse, and that's the beauty about it. You know, the beauty of it is that you're going to see some shit like, really, dude? This guy's all these followers for doing little tattoos this big with single needle, you know? And I look there, and I look through their Instagram like, I don't see healed work.
Right.
You know, and that's my judgment, and that's it. I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
But like, it's cool.
Yeah. But the client's not looking at that. The client's not like, oh, let me see healed work. They just want that work. And
and that's
at the end of the day, they're having it. They're not like,
That's the sell point.
And we as artists, sometimes we're too hyper focused on that, you know? And you got to understand, some people care, and those are your premium like collectors, the ones that come and get that, they like that healed work. I love it when a collector comes and he's like, hey man, look, how can we put this piece, you know, as matching this? And they're already like learning the knowledge of the tattooing, you know? And it's just like, okay, cool. Whereas just one and done, see you, like, no man, there's a different level. And those are the ones those are the unicorns, you know?
And that's why we have a whole plethora of different artists. I mean, honestly, when someone comes up to me and say, hey, I want this tribal band, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, man, but I'm not your artist for that. I'm very honest. I'm like, maybe try someone else who specializes in black work, and I'll help you. But that's just not my thing. I don't have people wait 5-6 months just to get a tribal band. You know, I don't want to do that shit.
No tribal, man.
No tribal. But low key, I kind of want to do one. or
do you want to do the flames coming out?
Oh man.
With the greens,
I'll kill that in like in 5-6 hours. You know, just get like a 23 mag, 27, and just get in there. Shit. And then like do a barbed wire.
The barbed wire.
Yeah.
Those are coming back. Even tribal's coming back.
Yeah, it is. I seen it. It's a trend. People are blacking out arms now. That's coming back. Or I mean, it's been around. It's never looked anywhere. It was more for like a piercer thing, you know.
The piercing arm, right? They would call it that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's something about piercers. When they modify themselves, like, you know what I feel like doing today? Cutting off my fingers. You know, like I want to amputate my legs and put those Blade Runner things on there. Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
I think that the future of tattooing, it's gonna be something that even the new guys coming in are gonna be like, why are they doing that for?
Yeah,
it's always been like that. You know, there's a quote that I heard from Tim Hendricks, and he says, if you've been tattooing like since, you know, longer than Bob Long, then you're just a Johnny come lately. Because what that translates to is that, you know, no matter what, if you think you're doing something new, you're not. Yeah. Everyone's been doing it. Like the shit that we do today has been done already, but they're just making it better because of what they tools that we have. That's true. I always fantasize about going back in time, taking my whole setup, my, iPad, my wireless machine, the inks and pigments that I have, and taking it back to like 1991
in New York.
Yeah, somewhere. Well, New York, it was illegal.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but the people would tattoo underground are there, But just to go back, to like early 90s, and then just go to a shop. Here's my portfolio, and they just look at it. They're like, what the fuck is this?
What is this?
No, you got to open it. Huh? Gosh. Oh, no. Well, look at my Instagram. What the fuck is that? Oh, there's no such thing as Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. So you know what that means? So I have to bring a book now. So I bring a book, show my work. Like, how do you do this? And then just kill it. Imagine the skill that you have now and taking it back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one did a damn colored portrait in the 90s. The one who came close to it is probably like Freddie Negrete, or Jack Rudy, Charlie Cartwright, the original OGs, mm-hmm. But when you do that, when you think about that, that means how tattooing's evolved. Yeah.
And it's a cycle as well. Because one thing I'm noticing right now too is like me and him are the only ones that have a portfolio outside. And people and we tell them, our portfolios are digital, look on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's so done that it's on digital. Now that's going reverse now. And now people want to actually hold something and see it and flap over it. Yes. And I'll watch them. I'll watch everyone. I always analyze it. Mm-hmm. And they just like open it and it's like an experience. And they're like, instead of just swiping, mm-hmm. now they're interacting with this bigger picture. And it's just blowing a picture. But it's crazy how like, it's like a cycle. And before it was like, oh, you got an Instagram? I'd rather just do it on Instagram. Now it's like people want to actually hold something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's people like me. I'm one of those guys. I've been working with computers for 30 years, and I have Like, I don't wear gold chains. I don't wear by J's. But I tell you what, I got a damn badass Wacom tablet. I got a badass pinche laptop at home.
I low-key want to go buy one of them Polaroids that you have, but
Yeah.
now they make them, I guess, a little more modern.
Yeah,
I kind of want to
Instamatic
buy that and
cameras.
just take pictures and
Yeah.
because how often we just have our pictures on our phone.
Yeah.
You know, we just look at them, but now we actually can hold them again and
Mhm.
just like, you know, show them or put them, frame them,
Yeah.
you know.
But,
So,
you know, but
it's all a cycle, man.
technology is never going to go away, though. So you just gave me an idea. So if they don't, where can I see you work? You know, print out a QR code of your Instagram. It's on there. You can get them easy and just print it out. Here, just get your phone camera and it'll show you your work.
Mm-hmm.
That's how, you know, keep it in the front.
Yeah.
You know, I just came up with that right now.
There
Like,
you go.
why just print it out? Fuck, you know, put it on there. Jeez, ideas, man. You don't, or you have, like at Skin Design, they have a TV with everyone's work and flashing. Just get a USB drive. They put it on the side and just
Yeah,
shows
we used to
their
have
work.
that, and then our TV would go to sleep while we were tattooing, and we wouldn't restart it again. You weren't there when we were doing it.
Oh,
back
yeah.
And it
TV.
wouldn't read some files, but that back TV also it was like one of the first smart TVs that came
Yeah.
out. So.
Has your personal photos on there, like you making carne asada, you know, like Josh making ceviche. I'm putting the shrimp behind him. You know that part of Goodfellas that they're all on vacation or pouring water at each other. It's like that. But like for as far as like we my whole thing with tattooing is that it's an evolution. I think the moral of the story today is that don't be afraid of change. There's a lot of tattoo artists who've been tattooing for 30 years who do not like what's going on today, but like they got a choice. Very bitter.
Yeah.
Very, very bitter. I know.
So
and
you think the ones that got ahead of it, sorry to cut you off, like that are big right now is because they saw where it was coming.
yeah.
Like say Carlos Torres, Niko, all them. They saw where it was coming, so they jumped on it first. And do you think that's where they're at? That's why they're at where they're at right now?
Yeah, with Torres and Niko, man, like I've been following their work for 12 years already. And I swear, dude, those guys are doing it right. They're doing it right. You know what I mean? Even myself, like I take that as a example. It's like you can't tattoo forever.
And they knew it was corporations were coming in, so it's all about, you know, having those brands that they're doing.
They brand
The
themselves.
ink.
Yeah.
Like, how can you remake ink, really? You know what I mean? You just get another bottle and maybe a slight different formula.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He could have had somebody doing for him, but the important part is his $1 million followers that believe in him. They could sell it.
I even
We
want
can
to
make
try
a better. We can make a better
white.
ink.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
The white's pretty good.
Yeah. See,
So
I
that's
mean,
the name of the game.
and
really.
I want to try it
Diversify.
because I support my friend. You know what I mean? Like Niko's my friend, and
That's
at the same
smart.
time, but at the same time though, it's like I want a good product as well.
Yeah.
So I've yet to try it out.
And machine too, right? He's coming out with the machine.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I'll even check it out too. I don't care. Yeah, I'll do whatever. But I just want my friends to like, you know, do well.
Yeah, well, look at the timeline too. Like, okay, tattooers were tattooing. Then these companies came in, introduced tools to these artists.
Yes.
Now these artists are like, wait a minute, why are we buying them from people that don't even do it? Let's create our own.
I respect
And
that.
that gives that more credentials, right?
Yeah, I respect that a lot
So,
more.
you know, that's the future. Everything's going to be done by the artist.
Yeah.
For the artist.
I just I would rather support another artist rather than some, you know, company that outsources their work out to another country.
Yeah.
You know, we have to wait, you know, 4 or 5 weeks, you know, just for a cheap product. You know, that's why the stuff that I have is quality. You know, I mean, the machines from Germany, needles from Poland. You know,
But does the client know this?
no, I know it because that's
So it's
what's
for
important for
personal.
me.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I really wanted to sell it to them, I can. Like, see this machine? It's from, das Deutsch. You know?
Yeah.
Das ist Deutsch,
Yeah.
but it's wunderbar. And, or like these needles are from Poland. You know? This wine, this is a Chateaubriand.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, so it's a personal thing for
Yeah,
you
for me.
that keeps your quality and
Mhm.
your
and I think people see that. Like, when they see that you actually genuinely care, they see, okay, this guy actually cares about his work. And not without telling him.
Yeah.
It's like energy. You know, when you meet people, like, some people like look at, let's say, oh, that's Roman, dude. I gotta be his friend. So I'm a better tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people do that. oh, I gotta be that guy's friend so I can be better myself. But what will happen to be his friend because he's a cool guy? You know, when I hang out with other artists, I don't talk about work. You know, it's very rare that I do that. Even with Alan, I hate talking like I hate talking about work to people who are better than who I feel are better than me. But no, he'll talk about it. You know what I mean? You know, we talked about it after class.
It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah. But those are the good conversations though, man.
Yeah.
Those are good conversations because we talk about like the libations and the downsides for our ideas and everything too. So that's like, wow, I go on the way home, my brain is doing like, you know, little hamsters is going around, you know? And it's like, then when I'm having those conversations, that little hamster's on crack, you know? So it's awesome. You know, it's all methed out, but it's like, you know, it's spinning around. That's where all my good ideas come from. But evolution, that's what it's all about. Evolution and riding that wave.
I like that. I think that's the theme of the podcast today, man. You gotta evolve. You have to love it, and one other important thing that you said is that you can't be scared. Don't be scared of doing a blowout. If you're a tattoo artist, you know, speaking tattoo artist, or
I still
if
do
you're
them.
gonna overwork a skin. I mean, you know, if you want to test the saturation, but you've never really gone to full saturation, fully covered, and you want to get there, sometimes you're gonna have to overwork. It's part of the deal. It happens, and it doesn't make you any less. You're just trying, and it's helping you for the future. So very good points, bro. We definitely got to have you in here for part 2, man. This is
we can do part 2.
we haven't even talked dabbled into like the nitty gritty of like client experience, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
I've had
man.
some good ones.
Yeah,
I had some really good ones. A lot of them were let's say, you know how strippers are treated. Yeah, I was treated like that too.
Well, most of your clients are girls.
Yeah, I would say about 85% are young females, 18 to 30 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes.
You love your job then.
Sometimes like, oh, what do you want? It's like, gosh, I hate. That's why they call me Fail. No, you know what my nickname growing up is? It was Cartoon. So I dropped that name because of Mr. Cartoon. I have it tattooed right here, TOON, in awesome cool letters. And I dropped that name. I never used that moniker as my professional career because I didn't want to. I thought about painting. I don't want to paint, cartoon. You know, there's already, Mr. Cartoon. So 20 years later, I run into him at the Golden State. You know, we had did a seminar. It was a really good one. You know, it's like BJ Betts, Jack Rudy, Torres, Niko, and Cartoon.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when Cartoon did that whole intro and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, I still remember his words. All I can say is the power of no. The power of no is great. You know, it's okay to say no to some stuff. But after the seminar, I told him, he was like, he recognized me. He goes, "Hey, what's up, dog?" You know, he follows me on Instagram. I follow him back, of course. I follow him. But I told him, like, hey, I gotta confess something. He's probably like thinking like, oh, great, man. Look, man, I like women. I'm married. No, like I was telling, I dropped that growing up. That was my name, Cartoon. You know, it's my homeboys calling me and shit. You know, even though I wasn't from anywhere, but that's just my name. You know, like, hey, that's like Güero, or that's Chico, whatever. You know, Cartoon. I dropped it and I told him, I dropped it because of him, because of you, man, because I respect you. And he goes, you know what he tell me? He goes, nah, he doesn't do all that shit. I'm like, oh. I feel like an idiot, dog.
You're like, sorry, I could have fucking kept it then.
Yeah, but he's being really cool. I wanted to go visit him at his studio. I guess he has a homestead or something like that. But then this weird virus was going on. I don't know, maybe you heard of it. But yeah, that's weird, man. I don't know. I think so. Yeah, it was like I don't know, herpes. Herpes. Is that how you say it? Herpes. Herpes. Nah, man. I think that today's like talk about the evolution of tattooing is great. I'm a big historian nut. So yeah, I have a teaching background too, by the way. Yeah, I got my English degree, and through Louisiana State and then Troy State University, I got my sociology degree. I did everything while I was in the Navy.
Wow. Dope.
Yeah, that's when like online was still brand new, and it sucked. It took me 6 years just to get freaking 1.5 degrees. You know, Yeah, man. But and now look what I do for a living. You know, I got that because I wanted to be a teacher, and now it's like I love art better. Yeah, artwork is the shiznit. It's the best job in the world, man. You know, I mean, what other job that we get to do where we draw on people with electric crayons
For real.
and drink mezcal, that awesome mezcal. Delicious. Sorry about your.
Oh, chila. It's all right.
I'll look it up.
So how can people? Oh, you already reached. We already said that, but so they can find you on Artistic Element for the time being.
Yes.
Right now, right?
Yes.
And of course on Instagram, your TikTok. You already said that.
Yeah, I'll have a TikTok. It's be called Dancing Bear.
Dancing Bear.
If you know, you know. Nah, man. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a clever TikTok name, but hopefully no one takes my name. And I should have said that now.
Now you have to make it.
Yeah. I don't care. They can take it. I don't care. I'll be the only OG Richie Montes because Richie's not even my real name. It's Mortimer.
Mortimer.
Poindexter.
I can't with this guy.
I know I'm crazy.
Oh, but thank you, man. Thank you for coming in
man.
and enlightening us with your humor and experience.
I tried. This is how I am.
And
You want a tattoo? I shouldn't be making people laugh, but
yeah, I didn't see you turn it off or on, so this is you, bro.
it is.
You know?
Yeah, it is. I'm a smart ass, but in the same time, I like, you know, I enjoy being around, you know, friends and family and everything too, and make my clients feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and even if they come in with something that, like, I don't know, it's something stupid, I'm like, you know what? If it's important to you, it's not stupid. You know, it's stupid to me though, but you know, but see, I play with them that way, and they respect that.
They
you know, I go, and they
that's
go,
satire.
yeah, and I do that a lot, and I think it's very important, like you said earlier. You know, it's the relationship between an artist and a client. It's a very sacred bond because you're scarring that person for the rest of their life.
Facts.
And you know, there's gonna be people who don't give a shit. They just want an accessory. You know, they want an accessory. You know, I want a Libra symbol here. I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know, so you'll never see that person again. But then you got people who you have for the rest of their life. I really want to get tattooed by you. You know, on another note, that's kind of weird. I mean, imagine going to Chili's. I just want that guy. I want him to cook on myself. You know, I want
just
him.
compare tattooing to
food.
Fast food.
Yes,
You are a foodie.
yes.
That makes me hungry. So
is that taco place pretty good?
yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
decent,
I
man.
want
We'll go
tacos.
It's all right.
It's
You
all
wanna-
right. Oh man.
end the podcast.
All right, it's good
Go
for
ahead.
me.
Third chair.
All right. So hopefully Richie over here gave some good advice. It was cool hearing his stories. Super cool dude. Don't forget to